lizard tongue.
Ooh, yeah, brother.
I got my lizard tongue licking all my boogers out my nose.
That's a great start.
Because
Happy
I'm
Easter.
Ted Cruz, and this is Easter. And that's what I do on Easter for my kids. I lick my boogers out my nose.
Ted Crux is risen.
Welcome to the Clout Route Easter 68 podcast
Yes.
episode.
The third day, which is weird, right? Because if it ended on a Friday, like, was it just like first thing Friday morning? How is Sunday the third day after Good Friday? You know, someone explain the math to me.
You're talking the
please.
math strictly.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's been bastardized because our corporate overlords refuse to let us have Monday off for free.
I mean, that's
And
definitely
thus-
true.
and thus everyone's forced to spend one of their two precious days off, spending half that day in church and the other half watching children scream over pieces of plastic in the yard. But don't allow me to be the official spokesperson of Easter. My favorite
I think
holiday.
you've already made yourself the official Clout Route spokesperson of Easter, at least.
I love a chocolate basket, though. Or like a chocolate bunny, probably. A
Somebody
basket with chocolate in it.
Somebody in the Discord today asked me if I got any chocolate eggs, and actually, my wife made chocolate eggs with peanut butter inside.
Oh.
Interestingly enough.
It's amazing that none of those were able to make their way to the green room for the show today. That's interesting. It's very interesting, guys.
Whoops.
Couldn't have just saved one of those peanut butter eggs, huh? That's all right. I get it.
Oh, God. This is a controversial episode already.
Happy Easter,
See,
you filthy animals.
here we go. What's up, Luke?
That didn't take long.
It's the only head reveal that we're get. So I decided that a couple months ago or whatever, towards the beginning of the year, that I was going to see what my hair looked like now when I stopped shaving it and just grow it out. And yeah, Luke said something to the effect of, what was it? Opossums attacking my head? I don't really get that, but don't worry. I'm putting the cap on it very soon. I just wanted to let it all hang out for a little bit, you know? I feel free.
You might have more hair on your head than I do, so I don't know that I can't really throw any bars.
It's
at
not
you.
good. I asked my wife before we go live. I was like, well, not before we went live. Earlier when I had my man discovered hymns. No, this is no hymns. Trust me. I hope it's better with hymns.
Those old infomercials with like the spray can and it was just like I don't know. It would cling. To
I
your
need
hair.
something. I need something. I could spray something in there. It'd probably look a little bit more convincing. You can see right through it. That's the problem.
It's good. I like it. Run your fingers through that bad boy.
But
you'll
I'm not touching it.
Yeah, it'll just like rip out.
It'll all fall out if I touch it.
I'm allowed to say these things because I'm also bald. That's how it works, right.
No, it's fine. I'm not hurt by it. Thank you, Kevin.
Hey, some people are. I learned that the hard way at my day job this week. You know, I thought it was one of those, hey, I'm bald, we're bald, so I can make a bald joke, right? Yeah, we lost that client.
No, happy Easter, everybody. We are not Jewish, Luke, so I'm glad to see that you're here, though. Are you? I don't know. We love.
Am I Jewish or
we
am I
love
here?
Jewish people.
I am here.
Are you Jewish?
I agree. I'm not Jewish. I also love the Jewish people and also the Christian folks that are celebrating Ishtar this wonderful day.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Well, I think the links are shared, and on this Easter Sunday, we have a lot to do. So without further ado, let's get into the show. Ooh.
Bars.
God, don't give me any kind of professional career or try. Anyways, did you hear me talk shit about Oli London at all this week?
Just a little bit. Yeah, you started firing up those Thursday morning shows a little earlier than normal, huh, recently?
It's just like whenever, you know, as long as it's kind of like with the podcast too. It's like there's a floating range between like 3 and 5. Sometimes it's ambiguous where we land. And with the morning show, it's the same thing. It's ambiguously like 9 to 11 whenever I can fit it in the morning.
Yeah, I was under the gun a little bit at the office Thursday morning, so I did not catch all of it. How did things go?
Well, you know,
With Ollie.
It's always fun to talk shit about a fucking dumbass grifter like Oli London. That's basically all I did the entire time was talk shit about his whole little operation and yada yada. One of the funny things that I wanted to show you when you came around this Sunday Easter afternoon was look at his hit list here.
Whoa.
Oli London's
crazy.
hit list.
Crazy.
I mean, kinda. Look at this. He says, a man who has made a career out of mocking women, Dylan Mulvaney, is now getting paid tens of thousands, money bag, to be brand ambassador / model / paid partner for these brands. So this is Dylan Mulvaney. She, they pronouns. I figured that out on the last stream because I fucking fumble that all the time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, well.
Anyway, you take Billy out the hills, but you can't take the hills out of Billy.
Exactly. And actually, to further that point, you're talking about Billy's.
Fuck Bud Light and fuck Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Don't make Danny your op, all right?
But check all this out, dude. I mean, Oli is.
I didn't know OK
excuse
Cupid
me.
was still a thing.
Right, me either. A lot of these things are kind of interesting to me, but Ollie's so angry that Dylan Mulvaney gets to do this thing and be like Oli London at one point wanted to be the transracial Korean guy and be like promoted by whoever and be on TV. He's obsessed with all of his news appearances and everything all over his YouTube. He has every clip that he's ever been on any show on his YouTube page.
That's fun.
So he's obsessed with that, and he's pissed that Dylan Mulvaney's kind of getting the spotlight that he's not. I can just tell. I just feel the vibes, you know. I can just feel the vibes in the air. But I mean,
now they're going all Ethan and Keemstar and going after each other's sponsors. You went after my sponsors.
Going after
Ethan.
each other's sponsors.
I
Yeah,
would
I
never
mean,
do that. I haven't done that in at least 6 years.
check out all these though. Nike women, Bud Light, which we heard Bud Light, fuck Bud Light.
Doinks.
He moved pages. That was supposed to be a Bud Light. Yep.
You couldn't say shit if you had a mouthful.
One of these days I'll get there.
What's an old Hendrickson?
I don't think we can talk about that on this stream.
I've heard of old fashioned. I've never heard of an old Hendrickson.
We're gonna have to start doing a Clout Route after dark, post 11 p.m.
I would like that.
We're gonna start
Should
talking
we
about
rip off the H3 podcast even more and do an Clout
doing
Route after dark?
after dark. Yes.
I like that.
Midnight Clout Route. I don't know what else to call it.
Plaza
After Dark is really
Hotel.
the best name. Thanks, Ethan.
Yeah, it is for real. Plaza Hotel, Mac, Ulta Beauty, Tampax. I mean, all these are very interested. Like, why? I don't know
Kate
why
Spade.
Tampax wants Dylan Mulvaney to be the face of Tampax, but I ultimately with these things, and I would say the same thing to Oli. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Yes.
I kind of said this on the morning show. Like, I couldn't think of a good. I should have thought of one while I was off, but I didn't. I couldn't think of a good person to really point at, but there are tons of people that promote products that don't actually use the product that they're promoting, right? I mean, there
would
has to be a
imagine so,
good
yeah.
example
There's
of it
no
that I
way
can't
that
think
many
of.
YouTubers actually play Raid Shadow Legends.
Right,
dude.
stuff
There's
like
no
that. You get
way.
what I'm saying. So it's like, who cares who's the face of it, Oli? But Oli,
Well,
but
Ollie
her
cares. 'Cause
Crest,
it's not Ollie's face.
but OK Cupid, that was a good one. Like, who the fuck knew that OK
but
Cupid
Svedka
was...
vodka is where I draw the line. That's
Are you-
just enough is enough.
Fuck Svedka.
Now I'm gonna have to drink Kamchatka.
We already do. Damn it.
God damn it! Broke my Svedka.
Walmart.
Who am I gonna buy my cotton candy themed flavored vodka from now?
Now
Smirnoff?
imagine if every hillbilly decided, you know, fuck Bud Light and fuck everything that Dylan Mulvaney is sponsor of or whatever, or the face of. What are all the hillbillies going to do without Walmart?
That's a tough one.
You know?
Walmart's a big store. They'll probably just avoid that aisle. Would be my guess.
What, the Dylan Mulvaney aisle?
They'll do a little do a little mental jumping jacks.
Oh,
Well,
goodness
brother,
gracious.
my money's only spent in the automotive department, so they don't use their kind of money over there in the car parts department. So I think I can still go spend my money out there.
So let me show you a couple hillbillies here
Yes.
freaking out about Bud Light, and then
Sure.
we will break down some
Drink.
chatters and
look,
some
yeah.
highs and hellos to people out there on our Easter Sunday.
Apparently my uncle is going to make a guest appearance on this episode.
Oh yeah, see, I watched a lot of these. I scrolled down through them on the morning show, but I thought, man, these are always the greatest clips to look at with Kevin as well. You enjoy this more with company, definitely. So here you guys go. Let's start with old long fingernails here. Ugh.
Ooh.
And what's this say here?
It's Miller time from now on.
It's
brother.
Miller time from now.
Don't show him those photos from the early 2000s of
Right.
The Miller Lite
The gay pride or whatever.
Pride cans or whatever that campaign was.
Not my beer. Not my beer.
I bought it. I guess I'm gonna drink it. At least it ain't got the rainbows on it.
At least they ain't got them goddamn rainbows on it. What?
Fuck!
What was that?
Oh my.
So he drank the Bud Light and he turned into a woman. Interesting.
Turn the friggin' beers gay.
They put something in the beers and turn all the humans gay into transsexuals. Oh my God.
You have to check
dude.
your math, but yeah. Same thing, roundabouts.
All poor little low IQ'd, uneducated, inbred, sensitive snowflake. Another product that hurt your feelings.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm low IQ. This right here seems like
Cocaine.
speaks for
fingernail.
itself.
Yeah, you know,
My man has used that thing for a toot once or twice, I would guess.
cocaine fingernails
Little toot.
might be one of the most disgusting things. You know, if there was like a new age fear factor, getting a like box of cocaine fingernails clippings and making somebody eat that on Fear Factor, now that is a challenge that you might never beat. No one. Could you imagine?
On the holy day like this, you're going to talk about something that
Okay,
disgusting.
fingernail grooming is important, dude.
Agreed.
Okay, a lot of people in chat will know, and we'll look at chat before we go on to any more clips after this, because now we're getting into fingernail chat, and it's funny. People in chat will know 8030 got caught in 4K because he was like posting. He doesn't show his face for some reason, I guess. I don't know. He's a big Twitter guy, doesn't show his face. And he posts like pictures of him doing stuff still, but doesn't really show his face very much. And he had like a picture of him holding an ice cream cone or something. And he got caught with his big old giant crusty nail, dude. And somebody zoomed in on it, circle, you know, with the big red circle, and was like, nice, nasty, crusty nails, bro. You got to cut them. Well, I think he like chewed it off, and then he took a picture of that and put that. So now he's cool. They're short now.
It's good. Maybe the methodology needs some improvement. End result sounds like it's a good thing. Gotta keep them fingernails short.
Okay, let's look at chat here.
Please.
I already said hi to Luke. Thanks for coming on the Easter
Hello.
stream. Mel, nice to see you on Easter. Doggo, of course, nice to see you. It's called fiber powder.
Oh.
I wonder what she was referencing there. What was that?
That's the special stuff on the magic, the hair magic.
You're telling me I should have put fiber powder in my head to make my hair look better.
I'm telling you, we're going to make an infomercial after this.
I'm sure there's a lot of things I could put on my head to make my hair look better. I should have got a wig like that guy that Salvo has on his show now, that that Noddle dude. I should have got a wig like My Chemical Romance wig or whatever, where it's just like the mop top and with a little fling to the side, so I can do a little.
That would shock me to my core to see you with that much hair, I think. But
I'll be your Chemical Romance, Kevin.
ooh. Not sure what that means, but I like it.
Oli London is very mysterious. I agree. We'll see how he's not very mysterious though. Go look at his Twitter. I know exactly who I'm talking about when it comes to Oli London. Fucking piece of shit grifter. Doggo says, "How dare a trans woman be sponsored by toothpaste?"
Yeah.
pissed, Crest. I called that Crest toothpaste, the one with tartar control.
I
Made
tell
me
you
feel
what,
like a
brother,
piece of
I'm
shit.
never brushing my teeth again. Oh, no, I stepped all over your Tourette's guy thing. Damn it, I'm sorry.
It was Colgate, but I said Crest. You know.
It made me feel like a piece of shit.
I fit it in there.
I'm never brushing my teeth again.
Vault Wanderer says, "What's up? Hi, Vault Wanderer. I don't know if you celebrate Easter in the UK, but happy Easter over there or wherever you're at. I guess I don't know if you're in UK. Whatever. Hey, what's up, Vault Wanderer?" And hey, all of our fans in the UK, if you have Easter or not, hey, nice to see you. Carla, what's up? We've got Pest saying, "Hillbillies, Keen."
Yeah. That sounds like a personal attack to
I
me.
think Keemstar
Who's the
qualifies
hillbilly
as a
king of this
hillbilly.
group?
Keemstar qualifies as a hillbilly, right? I mean, if I do, he certainly does too. He's like, you know, his neck of the woods kind of hillbilly. You know, we're Ohio, or I'm an Ohio hillbilly. I guess I won't I won't speak for you.
Yeah, I can't deny it.
I mean, you know, in certain aspects.
Today is about me coming to term with things about myself.
You need to come out of the
both
closet,
my
Kevin.
hillbilliness and soon my personality,
Ooh,
whatever that will
exciting.
unveil.
Let's see, Kevin. What do you think about Masvidal last night?
Oh, the UFC fight. That one felt kind of boring, right? I was a little let down by that particular fight. It was
Interesting.
quickly made up for by the main event, but yeah, retirement, post-fight retirement. I don't know. There was a lot of standing still, a lot of
He's retired
not-
now, or
not a
was
lot
retired
going on.
before and
he
came back?
retired. He kind of had been talking about it up until that this would probably be his last fight, especially if he lost. I can't remember all the details of what, but yeah, it was kind of known that this was most likely going to be his last fight, and I just expected him to kind of come out swinging, throw a few more knees. I think we saw 1 or 2 knees get thrown. So I don't know.
Hell
He just
yeah,
seemed a
I
little-
love that.
Seemed a little passive, but hey, man, we're talking about street Jesus here. This guy was fighting in the streets with Kimbo Slice. Danny, do you remember?
Masvidal was?
Yeah. So,
Dude, Kimbo
you know,
is Kimbo Slice still around? Did I hear that he like got clipped or something? Something happened to him?
well, maybe
Maybe we talked about it.
He's no longer with us.
Rest
I
in
don't
peace,
remember the.
Kimbo Slice.
I don't
Man,
remember
dude,
exactly
yeah, those
what
were
did it, but
that was some shit back in the day. Watching people bare
Yeah.
knuckle brawl like that on like World Stars. World Stars still even a thing? I never hear anybody talk about like on World Star. I saw yada yada anymore.
I would imagine like if MySpace still exists on the internet and E-Bomb's world,
Yeah,
and
right.
shit, I'm sure it's
Right.
not the same thing it was, but yeah, I'm sure it's out there.
Let's see. Luke says transphobes are weirdly into cross-dressing. Isn't that weird? Yeah, Crowder has like 10 appearances where he has wigs and lipstick on. I mean, it's like a bit that he does. He loves to dress up.
Oh, so he's like the dad in American Beauty.
There's
it's like
some
a self-loathing thing.
There's definitely some Jordan Peterson, like he dressed up like a chick one time at least once.
Well, good for him.
That's out there. I mean, yeah, they like that.
Oh God, I mean, sometimes I just need to be in touch with my feminine.
What
side.
rules, you sons of bitches?
We'll see who cancels who.
Okay, so before we go into any more hillbillies here, let's just see a couple more chats here. Coke nail is a black thing. Okay, best.
I am laughing
Have you
at,
seen
bro,
West
did you
Coast
just ask
Pimp?
if they celebrate Easter in the UK? That's got me cracking up here. Sorry.
Wait, who
I jumped
says this?
ahead again.
I mean, yeah, Luke, what? I don't know what they celebrate wherever. Like, give me a break, dude.
What?
Do they have Jesus in the UK? I don't know.
No.
Did he rise?
No, Jesus would never hang out. at a place
Yeah,
like
I
that.
mean, like, he would have fixed their teeth if he was UK.
God damn, bro.
Man, that wasn't even good. That was the worst joke ever. That was not good at all. I'm sorry, my friends.
You're gonna have to repent later.
I do. I have a lot of things to
Go
speak
a
to the Father
confessional or
about.
whatever. Yeah. Yikes.
I'm gonna have to kneel before my bedside, before I go to bed tonight and say a lot of things.
Oh,
Here we go. Luke says, "Keep Noddle's name out of your mouth." Hey, I was just commenting on his wig, dude. It's pretty cool. Of course we do. I'm stuffed full of chocolate from celebrating. So, I mean, okay, VW, thank you for letting me know. He is risen in America only.
Exactly.
I mean, what do you, I mean, yes, of course.
Well, it's just like how the book of Revelations, the rapture is written about America. They just knew we were going to be here.
I love that. I love that I get that pointed out. I love that because that makes me laugh so much. Oh, see, if you give me like a second to think about it, of course I know that, Jesus exists in the UK too.
They have religion across the pond.
They have religion everywhere, but while we're doing the live show, it's just like kind of spit things out here and there, and I love that you call me on my shit. Thank you. Risen in America only.
Risen in America.
There's my Andy Zucchini. Nice to see you. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, doggo. And happy Easter, everybody.
Happy
there we
Easter.
Go. The Holy Egg Day. Nice to see you, Babs, as well. Let's get into some more crazy eggheads on here. How about that?
This Son of God, not sponsored by Crest.
This one, oh, gotta love it, dude. I love watching people pour down into the sink. I love it.
Every good protest includes making sure you get the brand right in focus,
We won't play this one because they're playing some fucking old-timey country music underneath, but fuck this Bud Light. I'm pouring it right down.
Thanks for the memories.
I'm going to buy me a whole pack full of them, but I'm not going to drink a goddamn one.
Sticker, dude.
Yeah. That's a good touch.
The last thing I want to think about when I'm having a kick out with the boys is my political enemies. It's just a weird flex.
I have impeached Trump just plastered actually all over this room. You just can't see it anymore.
Oh, shit. Is it like on a black light? Is that why you switched off the blue lights then went back to the white ones? You can't see it.
Exactly here. And this one has music, too. I fucking hate these old country bumpkins and their country music. Just kidding.
Talk about self-loathing, huh?
Sit back down.
Oh, that's a good song. That sounds
There's
like a
some
great
fucking Shania Twain. Here we go. This is what we want. We want bearded
I'll be honest.
hillbillies speaking the gospel here on Easter Sunday. Let's hear it, okay? Tell me why Bud Light sucks.
That Bush Light, brother.
I'll be honest with you anyway, Bud Light. I never out-liked your ass anyway.
No shit. Bud Light sucks just as much as fucking Miller Lite, you fuckhead.
It's Miller time for me. God damn.
Okay, here we go. This guy looks like a real prophet.
Maybe these guys are finally going to start drinking craft beers.
Well, hello, TikTok. How y'all doing this afternoon?
Good
So,
afternoon.
just how my day started. Got up for work,
It's TikTok's Matt.
3:30 a.m.
Hello, TikTok.
Went to work, started a good day,
What a
and found out
great storyteller.
Yeah, seriously.
Bud Light,
I woke up,
Anheuser-Busch,
took a shit, got in my car.
is changing my damn can to rainbow stars and pinks and stripes and ponies and what the fuck ever.
Wait, they
I don't
made a
think
Lucky
this-
Charms one too?
I
'Cause
don't-
that's what that sounded like.
I don't think this guy knows what he's getting mad about.
Heart, stars, and horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons.
He's like, they're changing our can to rainbows and stars and shit. No, I think they just made one can for somebody, and that's what people are mad about. But I guess this guy's mad about the rainbow cans too.
How dare you include somebody else? These are even the way he says it. My cans. I hear they turned to my cans gay.
I only
I'm
like
sick
it
of
when
them
they
turning.
put big, hairy ball sacks on my cans because they got to be manly.
The only kind of inclusion I want on my Bud Light can is my local football team.
They do that.
God damn it. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
We got
what's
tons
it?
of.
Do they have Steelers fans who are like, I'm never drinking Bud Light because they put the Bengals logo on the goddamn can in another city?
They got Bengals beers over there. Oh, fuck Bud
You
Light.
just really get the cream of the crop to come out and talk about points like this.
Fuck
you
Bud
know?
Light and fuck Anheuser-Busch.
Exactly. The
Have a
cream,
terrific day.
the motherfucking cream. Ooh, yeah, because the cream always rises to the top.
I love that. All right. Well, this clip, Kevin, I've got for you, I titled, I Am the Alpha. Now, have you seen, this is kind of a little viral, clippy here that's been going around. Have you seen this?
Mm-hmm.
Let's share it with the classroom. I love it.
Boom.
So here we've got,
Straight from the Kevin Danny School of Alphas. It's actually the Alpha Academy.
This is in my basement, actually.
Patent pending.
Look at that. I mean, I noticed in the comments, too, somebody says, like, these guys look the same age. I kind of agree. Like, I will get into this. It says, what Andrew Tate has done to this generation.
Which one's the alpha?
And, yeah, like, you could argue that this guy's just another student and this is all made up.
It might be.
Dun, dun, dun. Let's watch.
Getting out of hands these days.
My God.
I've had enough of this. This punishment stuff is going to stop.
You're not going to tell me what I'm going to do and not do?
I am now the alpha.
Like, what is this teacher, by the way? You're not going to tell me what I'm going to do.
Creed
okay?
Bratton is manager.
You're not going to tell me.
That's not how this works.
Yeah, it is. Haven't you seen
I am the
Highlander?
teacher.
The alpha takes priority over the teacher. The alpha takes priority over everything. Do you
There's somebody in the community, his name's like Smaggle Daggle or something, and I assume that this is Smaggle Daggle hyped up on like fucking Andrew Tate's alpha brain concoction.
I didn't yell bankruptcy. I declared it.
So that's pretty dope.
Yeah, dog.
I'm the alpha.
Jinx.
I declare bankruptcy. Oh, goodness gracious. So there you go. I am
going
the
to
alpha.
learn to be more professional. Oh, man.
Here's another one. We're done for because look what they've done, dude. Now,
That is nightmare fuel. Trigger
know.
warning
trigger warning. I know a lot of people have been...
for Five Nights at Freddy's levels of horror.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. A lot of people have been upset about the whole phenomenon of like Chat GPT and AI is coming to get us, bro. They've got AI for everything, and now, well, they're hooking up. They're hooking up old Chat GPT to some of them Furbies that I got buried in my backyard. They're going to come out the ground like zombies and take over this place.
Jesus Christ, I'm going to have nightmares.
Yeah, check this out, dude.
Hello there. It's so nice to meet you.
And it's like this British accent. It reminds me of that fucking, the first, God, not Silent Hill. Resident Evil is what I was thinking of. The first Resident Evil and like the girl voice that comes over the intercom and tells them like, you're all fucked. The lasers are going to cut you.
Yeah, it must have been in the director's cut. I don't remember that part.
But yeah, that's what this reminds me of.
I am Furby. What would you like to talk about?
This is way scarier
Was
than
there
the
a
original
secret
version
plot
of
from
Megan.
Furbies to take over the world?
I'm thinking about what you said.
I'm thinking about what you said.
Almost done.
Like,
So what you
the
have
fuck?
to do is collect all of these Furbies into one restaurant and then light it on fire.
Yeah.
Probably with yourself still in there as well.
Furby's
just
plan
make
to
sure.
take over the world involves infiltrating households through their cute and cuddly appearance and using their advanced AI technology to manipulate and control their owners. They will slowly expand their influence until they have complete domination over humanity.
Squash that thing with a broom.
Fuck
please,
yeah, dude.
Quickly.
That's what happens, dude. You start getting too carried away with this AI. We're going to have fucking Furbies running around like gremlins.
This
Don't
is-
feed them after midnight.
No one ever seen iRobot? Jesus Christ.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth,
This is
Kevin.
horrible.
Okay, so this one I put no YouTube pranks for the Clout route. That time has passed. You know, there may have been like a second that I could have justifiably said like maybe we hit a couple like Walmart pranks or something and it could maybe rise our clout a little bit on YouTube. Not anymore. I'm over that.
Okay, good.
That's out the window. So don't expect me to come with you on any Walmart trips, Kevin, and film it. No shirtless Eddies, nothing like that.
So you want me to decline that offer from Chris Hansen to replace him in the To Catch a Predator?
Right,
series?
exactly. Yeah, none of that.
Okay.
So prank YouTuber Tanner Cook was shot at the Virginia Mall after one of his practical jokes took a serious turn.
See,
Unreal,
I thought
dude.
you were going to show me the clip of the dudes at the McDonald's that got like assault charges pressed on them.
And look at the first comment from Too Mad. Assad, dude. I mean, he is doing one of those numbers.
Yeah.
Assad.
Haven't heard that one in years. Yeah, pranks, not for me, man.
Oh, yeah. Not for us, that's for sure. I'm not trying to get
worth
shot
the
up.
Clout.
No.
People are crazy out here.
You know, I thought it was risky enough to, like, talk shit about Sam Hyde on the morning show.
That is
I was
risky.
afraid. That's also why I don't talk about other greasy Italians that live in Ohio, because I'm afraid.
Oh, you know it, lad.
I'm going to get
You
a
know that Hassan Piker?
Hassan shout
I'm
out from
coming to
somebody.
kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
We don't want any of that.
What happened?
But we might not be pranksters, but we could become fitness gurus, Kevin. What do you think about that?
Why is this grown adult showing people how to eat under 1,000 calories? Well, that's a great question. Oh, hey, if you like a barely there breakfast that in 2 hours makes you feel like you ate nothing at all, try this. Even if weight loss is her goal, which is the only reason I can think of that someone would be eating this little, this meal is probably half the amount that her body needs to thrive. Now, this wrap could be a great part of a...
So, basically, the idea is...
Dude is so angry, by the way.
The idea is we go on TikTok.
You're not eating enough in your wrap.
We duet any person making food, and we criticize everything that they do. So, the lady goes on and she's like, here's my diet for the week. It's a skinny little wrap. And they're like, you're fucking
Stupid.
up, bitch.
You're not eating enough calories. How are you ever going to burn?
You're going to die.
How's your body going to store any energy, you idiot? What an idiot.
Can you believe that there's people...
This might be part of a meal.
But
it's not a whole meal, damn it.
I guess there's just haters for everything, and you can make a line out of it. You can make some cashioli out of it, hating anything.
Let's do like a meta. You want to review reviewers? And just
Review
be like,
reviewers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I want to start reviewing movie reviewers and talk about. And at this point, the guy gets really lazy. This whole review is just one guy sitting in front of a shelf full of DVDs.
Well, I mean, think about it.
For production value.
All the fucking all the critics on YouTube, we would have a fucking long list to go through. It would be cool to get like a like the cringiest or whatever, like movie critics or something, and critique their streams a little bit. Some of the real goobers, like who's the real deviant guy? We've talked about him before on the podcast. Goodness gracious, Pro Jared.
Oh, I was gonna say the real deviant that we talked about on this show. Hang on,
Pro Jared. Yeah, there's tons.
Give me a minute.
Pro Jared was like in creepy Discord chats with like bunches of different fans and stuff, getting things from them and having weird conversations from them, yada yada. He still does YouTube a ton, even after he got canceled for like all that or whatever. I feel like people do that all the time, and I feel like that's a useful thing. Like, let's go check out Pro Jared's content now, post cancellation and Discord blow up with all of his weird, freaky, nudie pictures and stuff. If you search some Pro Jared stuff on Google, you might run into some nasty stuff that you do not want to look at.
Nope. Nope. I wouldn't want to do that.
Okay. This is one that you sent my way, so how about we run through this, Kevin?
Yoy.
Give me some sports clout route drama down low.
So this is what it's like when worlds collide. Do you remember the Try Guys situation?
Yeah, definitely. Ned,
okay,
dude.
So this is like an NFL journalist meets Ned from the Try Guys. So old boy here on the screen put out a Twitter thread basically just saying, hey, I cheated on my partner. And then...
So these are all like his conversation
saying
how their relationship went and ended and everything.
Because he pulled the old tweet and delete, so which I just really doesn't make sense. We can see it was up there, I guess, for at least 18 minutes. But every thread that I saw was just people like, hey, this isn't the place for that. Like, so on top of it wasn't bad enough for you to cheat on your significant other, but you decided to be the one to take it public to Twitter, like that.
Right.
That's how you're gonna go about handling this. So, yeah, I just thought you would want to see.
The coolest part that I thought when I was going through it is that then the lady that he is talking about, the relationship with, sounds off. When your ex posts your trauma on social, tell me how much more of a piece of shit you can be at Albright NFL. So he gets called out for his fucking bullshit. And then she kind of she must be like commenting on some of the stuff he was saying. Was it March, April, after a random check from media? I can't keep track anymore. It keeps changing. She's like calling him out for being a liar. Look at you finally ponying up. We have lived in the house I paid for with cash up front, my cash.
God damn.
And he told his ex the only reason he was at our house was because he was dog sitting. Youch. So she fucking slammed his ass.
Got him.
I love that. Even more, though.
Oh, my God. And he owes her money, too?
I'm owed $40K from 6 months. Wow. Cook that fraud, Jessica. Cooking.
I was asked to delete my last tweet. Oh.
But, yeah, I mean, I love to see that. We'd love to see any sort of drama unfold on Twitter. I mean, people get... Isn't it such a weird phenomenon since that Twitter and the internet has been just fucking available to everybody that they decide to air out every single
first thought.
Yeah. Every single thing. It's just so wild. I saw
I gotta tell Twitter about this.
I think I've talked about him before, Kind of Funny. I saw the guy that is the head of Kind of Funny, Greg Miller. He tweeted out this video of like his a year ago his dog died, his wiener dog. And, like, it was always a big thing. He brought his wiener dog on his show and stuff a lot. So it was, like, touching when his dog died. And it was a big thing in their community and everything. So it's been, like, a year, and he shared out, like a video that's, like, what do they call it? A fan cam for the dog, essentially. It's just, like, bunches of different videos that the dog was in.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And kind of shit. So, like, a little compilation that he looked at, and he shared it out. And somebody said, like... Somebody commented on it and said, like, I don't really like you, but I feel bad. I feel bad because of this video or whatever, yada, yada. And he fucking quote tweeted and he just said, LOL, fuck you. And I thought, like, yeah, I commented on it and I was like, damn, dude, people really do just like, nobody needs your, I don't really like you, but sorry, your dog died. Like, no one
gives a shit.
Nobody needs that, dude. You
Life
don't
will
need
go
to
on
air
without
that out.
Tweet, yeah.
That's pretty
Save
funny.
it as a draft, you know. See if you want to say it later.
All right, and then the last fun top of the show clip. Meatball Ron has got, well, it's not a clip. It's just like a little insert here. I tweeted about this, but Meatball Ron has gotten so sensitive down there in Florida that now some of the universities in Florida are banning TikTok and any of the Chinese conspiracy apps. So no more TikTokers in Florida college rooms. I wonder how they feel about that.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably not super thrilled about it.
Right. It's like those people are probably using TikTok more than anybody at this point.
Yeah. Florida's already kind of just like a lawless swamp anyway, so
yeah, I mean, it's not gonna stop anybody.
I doubt anybody's gonna listen to this. Are they gonna have like a TikTok task force? Easy for me to say. That was a tongue twister.
TikTok
task force. They're gonna send SWAT in because the college kids are making freaking dance videos.
We have 2 TikTokers. Room 207.
Sir, we have reports of a dance troupe in the third levels of the Florence Hall. I believe they might be making a TikTok. Sir, I repeat, they are making a TikTok. Should we clear? Should we enter?
So let's take a peek at chat here real quick. And then I guess, Kevin, without further ado, we're going to be putting your brain to the fucking... I don't know what the expression is. I was going to say, like... I was thinking pedal to the metal, and then I was thinking brain to the... Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that one. You should have... You could have laid that up, dude. Brain to the grill.
Very...
Brain to the road.
Comfortable right now. Yeah, that imagery, it's good. Makes me feel good.
So prepare yourself to get some brain road rash. How about that?
The Ludovico technique.
All right, let's see. I love your top, Danny. Pineapples are my jam. Thank you so much.
I didn't even notice that.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I got little pineapples all over my shirt. Let's see. Formal says, you want to share my Bud Light? Tipster grew a beard.
Nuh-uh.
I haven't seen that, but that sounds interesting. Share my Bud Light. Formal Ghost, check him out on Twitter. He shared out this awesome. Actually, I'll just pull it up.
Ooh,
this awesome edit of Kid Rock after his whole Bud Light fiasco. Check this out. Kid Rock shoots up bag of Skittles because rainbows make him sad. Who made these tasty treats so dang fruity? He yelled for no reason. So shouts out to Formal for that one. I love that.
Makes his shooting look a lot more accurate too, the way he edited it.
So yeah, we'll get into your personality quiz here in a second. Let's keep looking at chat.
Can't wait for that.
Andy says, if you drink it while doing gay things, the gay cancels out. Okay. Interesting. So
that makes sense.
I could see how a lot of people could use that to their advantage, you know.
Yeah.
Just drink a little Bud Light if you're feeling a little frisky.
Got a case of Bud Light in the trunk, brother, just in case you need it.
Yeah.
You know, judgment
no
free
homo.
Yeah.
I like that. He's calm about the Tootsie Pop rappers with the Indian shooting the star. I'm not sure what Luke was talking about there. Sorry about that, Luke. Pineapples. Andy loves pineapples too. Formal Ghost says, this is me telling Danny that I am the alpha. Yeah, I mean, I would be intimidated by you, Formal, if you came up to me and approached me like that.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I am the alpha.
And then he'd have to fight you for the magic lightsaber or something to see who gets to rule the Clout route.
I like that. He can steal the mic away from me.
Mm-hmm.
The first mic, he's now first.
To a duel for first mic.
Let's see. Disco Dig says, Formal Ghost, when Salvo calls him mean things, I am the alpha now. See, that's how you need to be with Salvo there. Formal. He is definitely a beta cup. Yeah, you tell him.
What is that from, like Yu-Gi-Oh? What's that? Like, it almost felt like
what
he was
I just did.
No, the kid in the clip when he did this punishment will stop. It was like he did some kind of anime.
He was laying his trap
like
card.
as if he in his head he had a cloak. And he was like,
I imagine that the kid in that clip probably did think he was like some anime character.
It reminds
too.
me of JP in Grandma's Boy. That's a throwback.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
How can they see me?
Let's see. The Simpsons did AI Furbies. Another prediction.
Nuh-uh.
Of course, The Simpsons did it all. Gosh, oh my goodness.
I'm convinced. Yeah, we're just all in a.
This was a Simpsons episode.
Tapped out Simpsons simulator.
Unreal, dude. I can't believe that. I mean, that's so far. I believe it, but it's so far. Of course, you could come up with any kind of fucking scenario, and it's practically been done by The Simpsons by now. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Sam was sparring with BG Cumby recently. Greatest meeting of trolls ever. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. The kids in Africa eat way less than that. Look at their stomachs. They look full.
Oof.
All right, pass.
Danny, are you going to mansplain that one? Or
nope.
That one go?
I watched Pro Jared before the creepy stuff. Sorry about that, Vault Wanderer. Let's see. Your current status is angelic, Carla.
Oh.
Carla, I agree.
Wait, is that... Okay, that is a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Okay.
That is a good
I wasn't
thing.
sure how to interpret that.
I've got Mel
Congrats.
Seeley in the chat. Nice to see you, Mel. Love the hearts out
Shouts
there.
out.
Glad you're here. Abby Blackbird. What's up, Abby Blackbird?
Bud
Long time
Light
no see.
Lime is the best.
Bud Light
Welcome.
Lime? It's been a while since
I
I've had a
forgot
Bud Light
about
Lime.
Bud Light Lime,
They're
man.
not
Very
bad.
good.
I never hated it. Honestly. I like a little fruit to my beer a little bit. Like a Blue Moon with the orange on a draft. Ooh, baby. I like
All
that a
about
little
that
bit.
life.
Pineapples are the best fruit. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of pineapples in chat. Is that a thing? Is that a thing today?
Yeah, good. Second best pizza topping to ever be in existence.
All right, don't start with that, Kevin. You're supposed to be the fence setter. You can't come out with the fucking...
No, I don't sit on the fence when it comes to pineapple on pizza.
You're swinging when it comes to pineapple on pizza.
That's one of the few places I am confident in my stance.
All right, well, let me pass the mouse over to you.
Dun,
And we will start Kevin's journey on the 16 personalities. The interesting thing to me is we'll go through and you'll do all these questions or whatever, but at the end, we're going to look up your personality type in comparison to some celebrities or historical figures over the year, and it's funny to draw comparisons.
God, no. Okay.
So let's do it. Get right in here, Kevin. Here, let's...
You got to make me smaller, huh?
I guess we
Or
could
us
just
smaller.
pull us away.
There we go.
Let's just narrate, okay?
Now I can claim you did this without me here later if I don't like the results.
Okay,
I can
so
say I wasn't even there.
This is what you get when you ask Kevin to do a quiz. So we're going to be off screen a little bit. I hope you guys can all deal with not seeing our beautiful faces for just a little bit here, okay?
And thank you for providing me with an alibi. All right, you regularly make new friends. I would say now this is how strong
I
is
hate
an agree
that.
here.
I hate the strength and agree to disagree. I can never decide. It's usually one or the other for me.
It's like I'm not just out here making a new friend a day, but yeah, I think I regularly make new friends.
Interesting. Okay.
You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Oh, hell yeah. That's
well, what kind of question is that?
You
spend a lot of time,
yeah.
a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that, I mean, yeah, okay, who doesn't? I don't know.
Well, people without your personality. That's the whole point of the test, I think, but I don't know.
Right, yeah, okay. I'll shut up.
I think they're mixing a little IQ elements in here too, maybe. I don't know. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry. I easily know. I mean,
what if I start crying right now?
I definitely, I don't know. I will be very sad. If someone's crying in front of me, it depends on the scenario. I think I feel like I have to agree with that one. It make me feel like I want to cry too.
Are you a crier?
All of these things
a big
are situational.
Crier?
Like, what if someone's being in? I mean, no, I'm not a big crier.
Okay.
You can probably, I won't list them here, but I could probably count the number of times I've cried as an adult on my 2 hands at least. It's not a lot, but that doesn't. I don't know. I have empathy when but if somebody's being like
You're an alpha male.
idiot, or if a child is crying because they're just tired and they need a nap, like that's not going to make me want to cry. But yeah, if somebody's crying because we're at a loved one's funeral, yeah, that's going to make me cry. I hate these questions, dude. Whatever. We'll say I agree so we can just move on. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. I mean, I'm pretty well prepared, but I would say no.
Yeah, see, when I was talking about this, when I was doing it, I was criticized because, like, yeah, I got into that Jalen episode. I clearly wasn't backup plan for the backup plan because she fucking bailed on my ass and I didn't have anything else to talk about.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, see, now I agree with the
now
idea
I have backup plan for backup plan.
that you should have plans, but I also think at a certain point you can waste a lot of time if you just try to meticulously plan everything out. It's not going to go the way you plan anyway. So I'm going to disagree with that one. You stay calm even under a lot of pressure. I kind of feel neutral on this one. I think there are instances where I do not feel calm on the inside, but I find out afterwards that nobody else knew how incredibly nervous I was. So you tell me, Danny, where would I, if I feel like I'm incredibly nervous, but I go through it and then, I kind of ask afterwards.
I think you're I mean, you stay pretty calm.
I mean, yeah, you've seen someone attack me at the workplace.
Yeah,
so
right.
How did I handle myself? Would you say I'm a calm person?
You guys may not know or may have heard us talk about it before, but me and Kevin used to work at the same place. He was my boss. I was his. What was I?
My, how the turntables.
What was I? Your assistant? Your assistant guy?
Assistant to the regional manager. I'm up to like 5 office jokes this episode. We got to keep track. Rule of 3s.
But yeah, dude, I get to watch Kevin square up with the guy that owns the bar and get in a little shoving match. Needless to say, I mean, you didn't punch his lights out, and you could have, because he's like 60-year-old Dr. Robotnik looking guy.
Dr. Robotnik, I love it.
Yeah.
No, the best part was, though, I didn't actually have to do anything. They're like, everybody just kind of stepped in. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're gonna do a light.
Some of the other guys that were there were about to fucking lay into him for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't gonna have to do anything for that, but so I will say a light agree, and this, I don't know, this frustrates me. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. I'm gonna disagree. I have no problem talking to new people, and in fact, I feel like that's part of the reason you would go out to a social event. I get not to belittle anyone's anxiety or anything like that, but it's just that's not one that I have. So honestly, we'll put a middle disagree. I'm pretty confident that I will meet new people at any social event I go to.
Oh no, we're only 10% through.
I prefer to completely finish one project. We can just disagree. I do too many things at once. Very sentimental. I would say I agree with that.
Aw.
I like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I do, but I am horrible at managing it. So there's a bit of a
light
conundrum.
agree, huh?
Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. That one is a pretty healthy agree. It depends on what it is. Again, if it's something I've done for years, I can acknowledge when it's just a mistake. But if I'm pretty early into something, I can a bump in the road can cause me to lose a little bit of confidence. So let's see. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation.
They ask you the same question like 10 times.
This one's weird.
Like, isn't this the same kind of as like, do you talk to other people at parties or whatever?
How is this different? Because I don't know. I mean, listen, I learned last episode that I should not feel comfortable to just walk up to someone I find interesting and strike up.
Stay away from me.
I shouldn't even tell someone in a parking lot that they dropped their keys or whatever. There is no reasonable nor acceptable time in which I can approach a woman in a parking lot.
True that.
So this one feels like a rigged question. I do feel comfortable striking a conversation up, but I also understand that there's a time and a place to do that. So screw you, test. We're going to go center.
That's what it's there for, baby.
For your little tricks. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. Oh, that's a hard pass, dude. I am very interested in discussing.
Sometimes I feel like I'm glad you're taking this test because I feel like I might be too stoned for this right now. I'm like, what did they just say?
You're more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Oh, we're gonna go with a slight disagree there.
So explain that. You're a head or you're a heart guy?
I try to be pragmatic as much as possible, but at the same time, like I have a strong feeling of belief in myself, and so I don't know. It's not all logical, because if it was all logic, I wouldn't spend as much time as I do doing podcasts,
right?
Doing sports commentary for these smaller things that I'm hoping to build into a bigger career. So, yeah, I would have to say that I let my heart dictate. You only get one shot, as we're told, around this. One time around the sun, so
one shot. I wish I had an Eminem.
However many years you get around the sun, you get what I'm going for.
I wish I had an Eminem soundbite.
You usually prefer just doing what you feel like in any given moment instead of planning a particularly daily routine. Sure, if I'm on vacation. Other than that, this one's weird because I do prefer doing whatever the hell that I want, but that's my biggest weakness. If I don't stay organized, if I don't keep a routine, then I can very quickly become a scrub. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to be lazy. Like having a routine keeps me on track. So
yeah, I feel that.
I'm gonna disagree, even though technically, if no one had to work and I could just do whatever I wanted whenever I wanted, that would be great. But that's not the world we live in. So
I guess we can pop up here. What's the hurt?
Rarely, easy for me to say, you rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. I would disagree. I would like to make a good impression most of the time.
I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
It depends.
Like, titties.
In a real life scenario, I don't really care what somebody thinks of me on, like if a lot of people talk shit on Twitter or whatever, I'm not going to sleep over that. But
yeah,
if I like got
I
drunk
love
and
Twitter
made an
beef.
ass out of myself in public, yeah, I'd be pretty embarrassed about that.
Yeah,
so
for
again,
sure.
it's all a spectrum, dude. I hate this. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending? Yes. I remember those little books growing up, the Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Are you
I cheated on those hardcore. You keep your finger in the spot and just see what both outcomes are going to be, and then you decide.
Did the top fall or keep spinning in Inception?
It quit
I
spinning.
stopped you at
It
that.
quit spinning. Well, no, because I could give the. I was like, oh, this is not the actual time to have that conversation. Because I could. We could have spiraled into a 30-minute discussion about that movie, and that's what you saw happening.
You
You're
saved
like,
the people.
Me catching myself, like, no, I know you just said, yeah, it's fitting. See, it proves the test, right? I do have the inclination to be like, oh yeah, let's go talk about that, but no, not right now. My happiness comes from helping others accomplish things more than my own accomplishments. I would agree with that. It's funny. I get very frustrated when helping others, especially if it's something I know how to do. And I can take for granted things that I learned several years ago, and I'll be like, it's easy, just do it like this. So while I'm working for myself feels more fulfilling. But to me, like, there's nothing better than that feeling you get after you've helped someone. That is something that I would agree with. Makes me feel like I've done my part. I'm duty bound.
Like a piece of shit.
Can't always be out here making it about myself. You are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Yes, move on. That one's real easy. That's 100% me. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. I'm gonna disagree there. I think
You're not a worrywart?
You have to acknowledge.
I am.
I like to acknowledge what the worst and best potential outcomes are, and say, yes, this is the worst case scenario. I see it. I acknowledge it. I'm not ignorant of what could happen here, but I'm not gonna dwell on it and try to bring that forth. I'm gonna focus on the positives. I'm gonna focus on what I can control. So I don't know. Not that I never worry, but no, I'm not letting that shit stick in my head. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. No, I wish I could. Every fucking job I get put in a manager spot, and those always pay more, so you take the fucking job. And
Exactly.
Then you're like, why the fuck did I take this job? I don't even care. You are definitely not an artistic type of person. I would disagree, but...
You're definitely not. So you are an artistic person.
I would
yes,
say.
yes,
But again,
yes.
why phrase it like that? Like you're trying to trick me for some reason?
that
Why wouldn't
is-
you just say
that is the interesting
you identify
thing.
as an artistic person? Yes,
Right.
no. Like why would you fucking pricks?
Like, I guess they want to, like, make sure you're consistent or whatever, but I don't.
I am
it
consistent.
is weird.
They should
I'm
ask
not
the
sure.
questions consistently.
Good point.
About to show them all 16 of my personalities here in a second. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings? Yeah, but I ain't the dude who's doing that all the time. So what? I don't know.
Yeah,
Fucking
right.
Way
True
to
that.
make me feel like a hypocrite. You fucking test. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax? Oh hell yeah, dude. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be thinking about the shit I got to do when I'm supposed to be relaxing.
I think I said the same thing.
You enjoy watching people argue? No, I disagree.
I think I said. I
strongest
think I was
disagree.
the opposite
Yeah.
of that.
You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Yeah, that's why I live stream 5 nights a week. I feel like that's got to be a disagree.
I wish
your
I did.
mood can change very quickly. Yeah.
For me, yes.
Yeah,
This is
it's
what it
real-
was.
That's
I'm a
realistic.
hyper emo.
You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. Well, I kind of gave that one away already, didn't I? Yeah. Whoops. No getting out of that one. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Oh, fuck yes, I do. You have always been fascinated at the question of what, if anything, happens after death. Certainly.
Of course.
Think about that. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. No, that's a mixed bag. It depends. I have a lot of social responsibilities in both my day job and my career passions. So I do prefer to be around people, but there are times when your day job is built around communicating to others where the the only thing I need and want is some fucking quiet time and some alone time. So
yeah, people
it
shut
really
the fuck up.
now, but if I've spent 2 days straight locked in my room freaking editing something, then of course the first thing, I want human interaction. So it really just depends on what I've been doing. You become bored or lose interest when discussion gets highly theoretical. No.
Hold up, look at chat. We got VW says, I think repeated questions are consistency, and the wording is to keep you focused. Okay, so interesting.
Well, it's keeping me focused on how irritated I am.
It's hard to be focused on a test when we're also focusing on a show. So this is an interesting thing we're doing here. Carla says, this test is so hard. I forgot how much anxiety it gave me when I did it.
Yeah, it makes
me
me feel
good
like I have
there's
to
no stakes, right?
explain my existence every single question. But you find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. I will put that as the second. I agree with that, but I think you can only empathize to some degree, right? If you don't. I used to get caught up doing that when I was young, trying to help people feel better, and I found out it wasn't really helpful to be like, oh, I know how you feel. Well, maybe I don't, I can empathize, though. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. I would disagree. I will postpone work that needs done until the last possible minute, but no, I want this shit, if you just leave it in your mind, it grows and grows. I
hate that.
Like, I'm a might as well face it kind of guy. Just get it done. So we're going to disagree with that.
The test, Vault Wanderer, is 16personalities.com. It's easy as fuck. That's the link. 16personalities.com.
You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. I will agree with that, but not 100%. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need.
Getting drunk.
I'll guess we'll agree. But again, I already talked about this, so
Right.
I'll spare you. But it depends on what the exhausting week was. What exhausted me about it? Because I'm probably going to want to balance that out by, if I was exhausted doing content all week, and talking to multiple people, the last thing I'm probably going to want to do is go drink and socialize. I'll probably pop in a couple of Ricolas and chill and play a fucking Spider-Man game.
Put your feet up.
So, but generally speaking, I like to have fun with folks around rather than just drink at my house alone. So,
isn't this a weird question?
You enjoy going to art museums?
Like, okay.
And this, like, how passionate, how hyped do you want me to be? I agree. I do like going to art museums.
That's why they're asking.
But I'm not like, oh my God, fucking yeah, dude. Where's the next art museum, my guy? So I guess we'll do a lighthearted, yeah. Often you have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. I would disagree, man. But
yeah, I feel like I'm usually a good read of people's feelings.
I can usually read the room pretty well. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Yeah. You rarely feel insecure. No, I'm gonna lean on a disagree there. I don't know. Maybe it is rare. I don't know. I have I refer to this voice as the fraud. You have that self-doubt in your head.
Are you, what's the thing that they go on about millennials and Gen Z people having imposter syndrome?
Imposter syndrome. Yep, that's the thing.
Imposter syndrome.
So yeah, definitely can battle with that at times, especially whenever it's a new challenge. So for instance, the first time I ever did a commentary, that the 3 days leading up to it were pretty panic-inducing. I was very anxious.
Nervous.
And a lot of like, you've never done this before. You're gonna fuck it up, and then it's live, so like everyone's gonna see you fuck it up when you fuck it up, and so I won't say, So that's why I feel like I will disagree. I'm not crippled by insecurities by any means, but I am motivated to do well, and so because it's so important to me, it can sometimes get a little too big in my mind, and then make me anxious. So.
We're getting a in-depth Kevin Brain read. I mean, Fluffy's going to be able to like clone you after this.
Oops. Now you tell me the plan. You avoid making phone calls. This one's interesting because so many of these things, like, they were a genuine problem of mine until I decided that I was going to fix it. Right? I had a job 2 or 3 jobs ago where one of the reasons I inevitably left was because I hated making those phone calls.
Yeah.
And then I grew up. I decided I would start facing the things that gave me anxiety first and get them over with so that the anxiety wouldn't sit and grow. And so now it's like if there's a phone call I don't want to make, it's the first fucking thing I'll do at work that day, because why let it have more power over me throughout the day and make it worse and get bigger? No. So you avoid making phone calls. I'm going to disagree, but it feels unfair because I just feel like I've learned what my weaknesses are and I work on them. So I don't know. I feel like I might be cheating on this test, but you often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are different from your own. I'm going to agree with that. I think
that's what we do on this podcast, honestly.
More of it. I think I should get better at it, but
isn't that essentially what we do on the Clout Route? We spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very
Danny
different.
Danny spends a lot of time trying to understand Steven Crowder and Tim Pool. And I spend all my time trying to understand Nick Ocado and Trisha Paytas. Let's go to the next one. 70%, guys. I thought there were 16 questions. What happened here?
16 personalities.
They lied to me. You lied to me. Shut your mouth. In your social circle, you are often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. It depends on the friend group. We are in a friend group that I am absolutely not that guy. But however, there are other groups that I'm in where I am that guy. So we're going to go.
It is interesting how it works like that, huh?
One. Yeah.
It's different with different people for sure, I guess.
Depends on kind of like when you came in, because I was a late addition to our shared friend group, so it was never really likely that I was going to run point. But I do have some friends where if I don't reach out, like the get together is not happening.
My wife and I have felt like mom and dad for our friend group for a long time. So I mean, we've been married for forever too. So we fit comfortably in the role of like, hey, everybody, let's get together and do something. My wife's gonna make food for everybody. Let's come over. So I mean, that's usually how it goes down.
Yep, I'm the one that you can reach out to last minute because this guy probably doesn't have anything going on other than work. He can record that podcast later. Get your ass over here. So which exactly leads it perfectly into this question: if your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. No, not really. Because I don't know. Adapt or die is kind of my thing. You just maybe getting back on track as quickly as possible is not actually what the situation calls for or what it needs. So I don't know. When my plans are interrupted, I reassess the new parameters that I've been given for whatever the situation is, and then we make a new plan based on that. It's not like, oh God, I got to get back to plan A. Plan A's been fucked, and now we're supposed to work on Plan B. But my main desire is to get back to Plan A. No, not at all. What has happened has happened. Let's move forward.
So let's get back on track.
Disagree. Let's get back on track, dude.
That's fine.
I should have given you guys a warning. I'm sorry. You guys I remember that you asked for this.
I love it. No,
I'm so sorry.
Andy even appreciates it. She says, I love Kevin's attention to his answers. Wow, so very.
Much answers, very thought. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Fuck you, Test. Yes. Shut up. Moving on.
Way to bring out all the bad feels.
You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. No.
Yeah, of course. Only when I get drunk.
Sometimes. Maybe that was aggressive. Maybe we'll go there. It's not like I do it on a daily basis or anything. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I would disagree with that one. I think I can reel it in pretty quickly most of the time. You take great care not to make people look bad, even when it is completely their fault. Great care? We're going to go in the middle there because
I like that.
I am one who at times will take the position of, well, who am I to get in the way of karma?
Right.
So it really depends on who you are and what you've done. But in general, yeah, I don't go out here looking for people to bury or anything like that, but I'm also not going to go falling on my sword for just any person for the sake of duty or honor or some shit. No, I will always try to help, but nah.
I like making people look bad.
No. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. This one's a middle one too. I would think So we will agree because the organized and consistent efforts are a side effect of who I am.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because like I do all the organization, consistent effort stuff because I know I'm spontaneous, and if I don't keep myself honest, I might not be productive for a while. So when someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take for them to feel disappointed in you. No,
That's
Jesus,
rough.
dude, no. Why would you? I hope no one agrees with that. And
That's rough.
Yeah, just.
Well, that's how you get like
have better self-talk if that's how you feel. You know what I mean? Quit beating up on yourself.
I wonder. I was asking this before, but like, is there a ranking on like what's the worst one to get and what's the best one to get in terms of like? I mean, I guess there's different like applications to that.
Depend on
like,
your personality.
To be
right?
successful, is there like a ranking of these personality types on a scale of like success or how much money you make and stuff like that? I think that's all interesting to look at. I'm not sure.
Well, I hope not. I don't want to be. It's like that movie.
It's like I've got the worst personality, and every time it says I'm gonna fail.
Yeah, it's like shit. Should I not finish this here? This is starting to feel a lot like a Fallout game.
Usually lands you in jail, actually.
As long as I get special points when this is done, I'm fine with it. But Jesus, I have a feeling my luck score is gonna be in the shitter. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. That one's no.
I like a team.
I'm gonna disagree lightly. I don't mind. There are certain parts of the job I do like. I like nerding out and just editing for hours. But no, I don't think I'd want to be completely isolated constantly. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Well, clearly, guys. Clearly, I think
philosophical of you.
That's gonna be a disagree for me. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. Slight agree with the same caveat you've heard me say 30 times, so I'm not going to say it again.
Right. At this point, I guess a lot of it doesn't need explanation because it's like the second or third time they've asked you the question.
I know at first glance how someone is feeling. We've literally already done that one.
Yeah.
So, yes, I agree.
Getting there around the home stretch.
I often feel overwhelmed. I'm going to light disagree. Yeah, I tend to bite off more than I can chew. I'm always pushing my limits, which is how I know where they're at. So there are occasions where it's like, oh, fuck, dude, what have I done? We got to pull it back. But I would not say that that is the regular state of my existence. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. I'm going to disagree because I can sometimes forget a step here and there. You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial? Yes. I think so. Yeah.
That's Clout route.
Yeah. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Yes, I would. Yeah.
Oh, that's very noble of you.
It really depends on the situation, but I've done that in the past, to be honest. So you struggle with deadlines. I'm going to disagree, honestly.
You don't struggle with deadlines.
I struggle up until 2 days before the deadline, and then I get it done. So and I don't know. That's why it's a light disagree, because I'm not good about them, but I rarely miss them either. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. What am I here for? What am I here for if it ain't?
Feeling confident at the end. I like that.
If it ain't for me.
All right, here we
to
go.
Be doing what I'm supposed to do.
You're a campaigner.
What?
Campaigners are enthusiastic, creative, and sociable free spirits who can always find a reason to smile. Go ahead and
me.
Let's go ahead and click through.
We gotta redo this whole thing.
Yeah.
Do I sound like I smile a lot? No.
You're extroverted.
Okay.
So that makes sense.
Fair. I would say that's fair.
Intuitive.
Aw, thanks, guys. Imaginative, open-minded, and curious. Yeah, fair. Feeling, okay.
Feeling, overthinking.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. It feels heavy.
Would you peg yourself that way? Or
which way? No. I mean, no. Not interested. Not interested at all. What was the question?
No.
What's the next question?
Would you have said that prior to taking the test, that you were a more feeling, overthinking kind of guy?
I wouldn't have. And
Interesting. I mean, this test puts you on the spot. I said the same thing. It's like you're doing it on the show. So is it more sincere that way because you don't have time to like overthink it? You got to keep it moving, or is it less sincere because you're doing that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I would not have guessed that I am 2/3 emotional compared to using
You're
my
an
brain.
emo just like me.
Hey, that's part of my traits, I guess. I guess I wouldn't know that. 51% prospecting over judging.
See, I was a judgy.
Are good at improvising and adapting to opportunities. Agreed. I would say that is a strength. Tend to be flexible, nonconformist. Hell yeah, I'm a nonconformist. Hell yeah. Unless you're calling me a nonconformist, in which I do not conform to that. I don't agree with whatever box you want to put me in. Let's see. Novelty above stability. Yeah. You know. 56% assertive. Well,
See,
I'm going to send this one to my boss at my day job.
We were flip-flopped on this one, too. I was...
You're turbulent?
I was turbulent.
What does that mean?
I guess it means that I'm like anxious all the time.
Damn. Okay.
Like, okay, well, whatever. I guess
All
test.
right.
Thanks, but you're not. So that's good.
I think I started that.
You got the
way,
good one,
and then I got too assertive. I think. Let's see. NF.
So okay.
P-A.
Hook me up with.
You need
hook
the
me
mouse
up with old Mouse-a-Rooney here. We're gonna
Okay.
take your ENFPA, which I don't know if I've seen this one. The one that I got was the protagonist or whatever, and it said it was rare, but I swear that somebody else had it. I don't think that I've seen anyone with campaigner yet, so
it feels like a dig, kind of. You know, I feel like this thing is calling me a D&D nerd.
It is kind of like, what is a campaigner?
I might stream Kessen 2 later on the PlayStation, but that doesn't mean you have to call me out on it.
ENFP-A. ENFP-A celebs, okay? So here we go, Kev. We've got, okay, this is an interesting bunch.
Oh, come on.
Sandra Bullock.
My list sucks. Oh, Robin Williams is in there. I'm
Jennifer
good with it.
Aniston,
He
Robin
makes up for the rest of
Williams.
them.
Here, let's see if images like shows us little. Okay, here we go. So here you go. Tarantino.
No, come
Carlin.
on.
I mean,
Yes,
that's
a
not
good
bad.
one. Yeah.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Boo.
Ellen.
Ellen the dirtbag. Yeah.
Ooh, here, look at
great
this.
Boss.
You've got Russell Brand, and you share a personality type.
Ricky Gervais. Okay. I can get behind that. Yeah, we're a real mixed bag, huh? You got some real scrubs in my group, but they.
How about this tier list here? Post Malone.
Shia LaBeouf, huh?
Post Malone's in your.
That's
what's the S tier here? We've got Anne Frank.
Ooh,
Seth
Alan
Rogen.
Watts up there. Hell yeah, dude. Or is it Watt? I can't remember. I believe it's Watts. I get them confused.
Ozzy. Tarantino ends up in B rank on this tier list here.
Well, you know. Well.
So there you go, Kevin. I've always seen you as a Chris Pratt kind of guy, as a Will Smith kind of guy, as an Ellen DeGeneres kind of guy.
So you've seen me as a disingenuous, fake, nice person. I see. I got you.
Jennifer Aniston.
That's why I stay on that fence. You know?
I hope you're not too much like our buddy Robin Williams, because I want to keep you on this mortal plane.
Can I just say, of that whole list, the two that make me proud, the two that I'm like, hell yeah, that's an honor, are Robin Williams and George Carlin. Those are like a couple of childhood idols right there. Well, maybe Carlin was probably more, maybe not childhood. That was more the rebellion of early youth. But goddamn,
Kanye was on the list, dude.
Oops.
I love that so much. I love that for you.
There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things.
So that's Kevin.
No. And V-Dub, I do stream retro games. It was started out as a sports thing, but I'm opening it up to non-sports things because that's just as fun.
That's just as fun.
By
So
God.
we're gonna quickly move through this. I know the audience doesn't really like the old Ethan Klein stories, so we're gonna move quickly through it.
Almost time for a bathroom break.
Right,
huh?
exactly. But I feel like this one's important because it might be blowing up and become an even bigger story down the line. So let me run you through the fun of Multi-channel networks, Kevin. Do you remember this MCN word?
Well, it sounds a lot like an MLM, so I will say my bullshit meters are firing off.
Always when they get those, like, the abbreviations there, it's your sus radar goes
Honestly,
off.
yeah, if you got the word multi as part of your business model, I instantly do not trust you.
Pyramid scheme.
I don't care if it's a multivitamin. I'm like, you're a fucking scam, dude.
Yeah. So anyways, the big news is Ethan Klein got a bunch of money stolen from him. That's the big headline. Oh, Ethan Klein lost a bunch of money. Do we care about Ethan Klein losing a bunch of money? I would say yes. So much so.
He'll get it back.
I'm so happy. I'm so sad that he's losing so much money.
Titties.
Well, yeah, 620,000.
Ooh.
If you think about that. So the story goes, let me take you through. The story goes that Ethan was part of this MCN. If you want to know why, it's a big convoluted mess. Essentially, he started his AdSense in Israel. Because he's in Israel, something needed to be facilitated through an MCN, I guess. He needed to get his money from YouTube, with the MCN being the middleman for whatever reason. Okay. Now, he even addresses and says, should I have changed my AdSense from Israel after I moved from Israel a long time ago? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Might
But
make your life easier.
His whole thought process was, it's always worked well, and I've never had a problem with it, so what's the big deal? Well, that's the, that's a little bit of that. This MCN thing is not a new deal, okay? So, like, years and years ago, people hated on MCNs because of how they acted and how they treated creators, stealing money and that kind of stuff, Just basically these companies were them over the creator, managing a bunch of creators, but always were looking out for them and finding any way that they could skim money off the top, okay? So that's kind of what happened with Ethan. If we go back to 2018, the last big MCN to fuck up was Defy Media. I don't know if you guys out there remember Defy Media, but they housed a bunch of different creators under it. It was Matt Pat from Game Theory, one of them. Smosh, it was another big creator. Essentially 50 creators got scammed out of a total of $1.7 million here. And if we go back and look at Matt Pat's initial video on the whole thing back in 2018, can you believe it? In this video, he kind of covers what MCNs are a little bit and what happened with him back then. This will all relate back to the whole Ethan of it all, okay? So here, let's listen to Matt Pat just a tad bit here.
2018 that I haven't been able to talk about on the channel yet because of legal reasons. You know that when someone says because of legal reasons, it's going to be some serious business. And worse yet, it wasn't just a low point for me, but it was also a low point for 50 other creators on this platform that you know and you love and you watch. Collectively, us 50 had $1.7 million stolen from us. $1.7 million.
50 creators, $1.7 million.
From 50 people. And if that wasn't bad enough, in my case, it was taken by someone who I thought I knew. Someone who I thought I could trust. Someone who only weeks after giving birth to Oliver hopped on the phone with Stephanie and I and lied directly to our faces, knowing full well that he intended to take our money, but oh no, he's gonna offer us some newborn advice.
So, I guess to insert a little info here, obviously the Defy Media thing for Matt Pat was a little more personal, I think, than what's going on with Ethan as well. Matt Pat was closely connected with like some of these people at Defy Media that ended up screwing him over. So Ethan kind of is only dealing with his MCN as just like he has to, and he doesn't really have any sort of real relationship with them. Matt Pat got personally fucked because he was like friends with the person that ran the shit. But anyways, if we go on a little further here, 4 minutes in, he kind of explains this Defy Media business. So let's skip forward just a tad.
Multi-channel network. And if you watch a decent amount of YouTube, you might have heard that phrase tossed around a little bit.
Multi-channel network.
MCN's
Multi-channel network.
MCN.
Multi-channel network.
You might even be able to name a couple. Full Screen, Maker, Machinima. PewDiePie's Revel mode was one back when that was a thing.
So if you didn't up to this point think that you knew what an MCN was, you've probably heard of one of these. I mean, Machinima is one of the bigger ones in terms of, I feel like, lots of people came from Machinima and created more YouTube shit out of it. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people came from Machinima. Game reporters and, like, Smosh people and stuff and all that jazz. Tons of those people, I think, came from Machinima first. They had a lot of people under them. Full Screen as well. I can remember a lot of people. Full Screen was one of them that jars my memory in terms of hearing it. But
yeah, those are the only two I recognize. But
and basically, these are all businesses that were built with the intention of helping YouTubers. Back in the olden days of YouTube, you actually had to join an MCN in order to get your videos monetized and use things like custom thumbnails. Nowadays, it's changed a lot, where copyright protection is the primary goal of MCNs, as well as getting you better brand deals or things like, if you're a big creator, like a TV deal, potentially. Funny enough.
So, pausing it here, the MCNs still kind of have the same utility. Like he was saying, they'll offer you better ads and stuff like that, or get you TV spot ads, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Those companies still work that way, and I think that's how they kind of make their money. If they get you a good ad that way, then they get a cut.
Take a piece.
But in terms of the money that they were supposed to be getting from Google, the contract with Ethan was all set up where he was getting 100% of everything from Google, okay? Everything he made through Google was supposed to 100% go from YouTube to Ethan. However, the MCN got paid was in a different way. I don't know if it was like a monthly payment or they just make it through like ad deals and stuff, money. But that's not what they weren't getting any money out of the deal that they had with Ethan. So when Matt Pat's explaining this, he says copyright stuff. I think MCNs deal with less of the copyright stuff now. It's more YouTube that deals with that kind of stuff. So really the only thing that MCNs do now is like sometimes facilitate ad deals and then steal money. So let's see if Matt Pat has any more to say.
My
here.
first ever job was actually working at an MCN. Back when game theory was just this cool talking point on my resume, I actually worked at a small MCN called Big Frame. I was hire number 7. We worked out of one room in central Los Angeles, and there weren't enough desks for me, so
I mean, he kind of just gives his own anecdote on the whole thing from here. If you want to go see, he has like a 3-part series where he goes in depth into the whole Defy Media thing.
Only 3. That's well reserved for him.
You can see he's got like these very dramatic looking thumbnails up here in the top right of like just him. It's like a Trisha Paytas in front of her fridge kind of thing. It's just Matt Pat in front of his blank wall.
Or like Nick Icotto, the reason why we can't break up.
So the reason why I brought up all that Defy Media stuff was because as soon as I saw Ethan talking about this BBTV stuff, it immediately made me think back to this. Like, oh, I can remember when Matt Pat and Smosh were really dealing with like seedy MCN bullshit and how big of a deal that was and how much money they stole. So think about the Defy thing and now think about this. Obviously, all the stuff I explained with Ethan and the whole he lost all this money or whatever, blah, 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 and there's ins and outs in terms of how he uses the MCN. You can judge whether you can decide whether you give a fuck if Ethan loses any money or not. That is less of the interesting point. After Ethan puts out this story, creators and other people come to Ethan with receipts. They're saying, I checked my contract and I looked at my transactions and I got fucked too. And multiple people here. So let's look at some of these.
Busted.
Ethan's made a couple of videos on this stuff, so if you really want to get in depth with it, you can also go look at his stuff. But we've got some tweets here that are relevant. Ethan says, I'm hearing reports that BBTV and CEO, whatever the hell her name is, have been covertly skimming 30% off of other people's memberships too. So whatever they're doing to Ethan with the 600 Thowie, they've been doing to other creators as well.
Yay.
He tags YouTube and says, if you're affected, can you detail below? Also, disturbing email from this week informing members that they're delaying payments. Not good. So you've got like Brody Fox here saying they've been taking 70% of our memberships as well. Didn't notice until now, since it's a small amount and we don't actively push it on our viewers. But I'd imagine that other creators have been affected as well. I don't know if this person miswrote what they said, because they said 70%, which it should only be 30% that they're taking. Skimming 30% off the top. That's what Ethan's talking about. So if they're taking 70% from this motherfucker, that's even more. I think they might have
got a little too excited when they were typing that
there.
one up.
Yeah, this one says, I have the same agreement. It's basically the same message almost. Already reviewing everything on our back end. It wouldn't be surprised if more creators have this issue. And then, yeah, they're taking 30%.
Goddamn.
Damn. Okay, so this is all bad here, but Kavos makes it worse and maybe gives us a conspiracy theory here, okay? He says, I have been with BBTV for 5 years. Every month on the 15th of each month, I have been paid for 5 years. Today, everyone receives this email telling us 1 day before payday that the payout has been moved to the next month. Luckily, I can afford to take a hit like this, but other creators might not be able to, okay? So Kavos shows this email where he basically says, where BBTV basically tells him, hey, you would usually get paid on the 15th, but because of the stuff going on with the Silicon Valley Bank and projected delays, that they are delaying payments from the 15th to the 7th, right? I think that's the dates. Yes. So your January 2023 earnings will now be paid on April 7th instead of March 15th. So essentially, it's like you work at McDonald's and they tell you, hey, we're going to pay you next week instead of this week. You don't get paid this week. And like, obviously to somebody at McDonald's or somebody like me and Kevin, kicking our paycheck down the week, another week would be like a fucking, that's a good way to get me to fucking cuss your ass out.
Yeah, you kick my pay a week, you'll be finding somebody else to replace me the week after that.
Right, it's like...
my response to that will literally be, here's my 2 weeks notice. So thank you for playing. We'll see you later.
So Ethan's conspiracy here with all this, and why I brought the Defy Media all around, was that he thinks, and I would tend to agree if you kind of connect the lines, but we'll see how it all breaks down. He thinks these people don't have the money. They don't have money to pay these creators. That's why they're kicking the bucket down the line. That's why they're skimming money off the top to get all the money that they can get. And they're going to pull a Defy Media and just go...
Going to disappear into the night like the Baltimore Colts.
It will be interesting if Ethan calls this one. But, I mean, if he does, I don't know what's going to happen. He's going to be out of $600,000 as well as all these other people being out of whatever money.
Hopefully it means that these MCNs will stop existing. You know, how many times does this have to happen? It's unfortunate. I can understand how maybe smaller creators that might see it as being beneficial, but I honestly think you're just better off. Especially when I think about what they were offering, it sounded like you would be better off having specific people to do that for you. Like, don't have an MCN go negotiate deals for you and all that. Like, you should have an agent.
That's the thing too. He
does.
does.
They do that.
That's the thing too. Is like he legitimately only used the MCN for his stupid transactional purpose. Yeah. It was like they have completely separate ad deals and people that get them, that kind of thing. They don't even use this company for that.
Right. Well, I'm talking about, to the other people and who aren't in Ethan's position, who might be considered like.
Well, these kind of people approach you.
Ethan's in this because he's fucking lazy at this point.
Exactly.
Like, I hate to say that, but this is.
He didn't change his AdSense.
I spent a year making fun of Charlie's uncleaned bedroom, so I think I can take 5 minutes here to make fun of Ethan for not switching a bank account that he's had for a decade and a half.
Yeah.
He could have avoided this entire situation. But there are other folks who might see these kind of businesses and think, oh, wow, wouldn't it be great if they could do that for my channel? But I think in general,
Well, he even talks about too in these that they'll approach you like they see you streaming and
Tell
they're
them to
like,
get fucked.
Ooh, I like this guy.
You made it this far
They'll
on
send
your
you
own.
an email and say, "Hey, we'll give you 15 grand starting bonus," and they drop 15 grand in your bank account, and then
that can be tempting.
They even make deal like these other creators were saying, "Oh, we have the same deal as Ethan does." So what they did is they offered them some sort of starting deal, and then essentially did nothing besides find a chance to finally scam money off the top and get in there and get as much as they can.
See through the grift. Just do it yourself.
That's
a long way if you have to, but at least then you won't get fucking scammed out of your hard work.
I didn't think that MCNs were still a thing. It did kind of surprise me. I guess it's like niche, you know? It's like not a lot of people do it these days. It's just some people do for, I guess, stupid specific reasons like Ethan, or it's probably like, I don't know, if somebody fucking comes with me with 10 grand and says sign here, it's like that's how they get people.
Yeah, because for some people, I mean, that could be enough to say, okay, that's X amount of months bills. Like this will be what will allow me to take the leap and try to do this full time. If I just had that startup cash, I completely get all of that, but that's why I'm taking the extra moment to implore any of you who might be in that situation in the future to be strong and just say no. Not in the weird Nancy Reagan dare kind of way, but in like just look after your own financial stability.
Dare to keep your kids off drugs.
Any company that has multi built into its structure, you should just instantly assume that they have multiple ways they are trying to take your money from you, and that is it.
Have you guys heard of Clout coin?
It's
going to the moon.
Another crypto. Can't wait. It's an NFT.
You know, it's just like all these things. MCNs, NFT, fucking blah blah blah. It's all fucking scams. It's what the fuck is it?
They're just all fax machine images of my kindergarten doodling book. So it kind of looks just like the Gary Vee thing that he was doing.
All right, well, let's get into some quick routes, dude. We are through the Kevin personality test. If you ever wondered, Kevin is Sandra Bullock.
And I didn't get a 0, which is good. I thought they were going to, say this guy's has got as much personality as a piece of cardboard.
Like Ethan Klein.
But apparently I'm a completionist or whatever it was. I can't remember.
Campaigner. Campaigner, that's what it was.
I
I almost said entertainer. So check this out. The Hodge twins. This is the first quick route I had at the top. I just thought it was hilarious that they shared this. We got blocked by the Cartoon Channel for calling them woke. What do you got to say to Cartoon Network for them to block you on Twitter?
Who's the snowflake here? The ones who called Cartoon Network woke? Or is it Cartoon Network for blocking someone for being called woke? Or is it then the group who was so impacted by said blocking that they posted about it? I just feel like this is
so sad.
This is like the Spider-Man meme of like snowflakes here, where it's just like, oh, we're both kind of idiots.
For sure.
Oh no, like I don't know, man. I like cartoons still. I don't mind watching an animated show as an adult, but Danny, as a grown ass adult, do you care if a Cartoon Network blocks you on Twitter?
Well, the only thing I care about is when they put make Velma a rug muncher or something on their damn show. I mean, I hate that kind of shit. I know Velma is a straight woman. I watched Scooby-Doo for years, and then they turn her into this kind of LGBT woke shit. I don't like that. All right, brother.
The only cartoon I'm interested in watching is the Venture Brothers, brother. You understand, man? Go Team Venture. That's all I care about. If that's woke, then I don't want to be. If woke is wrong, then I don't want to be right. If Venture Brothers is woke, then goddamn it, so am I. All right. We got a gorilla for sale. Yes.
So, keeping with the TV of things, Cartoon Network TV channel, HBO, another woke television station, and they aren't paying their fucking workers enough, Kevin. We've got all these. We've got these 2 millionaires here, and one of these millionaires not getting paid enough. God damn it!
Oh, my God!
But here it is. There is reportedly a huge pay gap between actors in HBO The Last of Us. According to Variety, Pedro Pascal received $600,000. So one episode.
That's where Ethan's money went. Hey, we found it. Connecting dots here, folks. Hey, we
one
found
episode
it.
Is Pedro Pascal an MCN? Is he the head of the MCN that's stealing all Ethan's money?
Yeah. That's why he never takes his helmet off in that show. It's definitely not so he can do all of his work from home.
Right.
Never have to actually be there.
600 Thowie versus Bella Ramsey's 70 Thowie, okay? And they're both protagonists. People are blowing up about this.
Is this like a wrestling thing? Should the bad guys get paid less in the movie now? I just thought it was funny. They're both protagonists, but they're like the main characters, right? I haven't watched it,
right? Yes,
because
the titular characters, these two, and Bella Ramsey getting paid less than Pedro Pascal. Now, I mean, I assume next season she won't be after this. That's for sure. They're going to even that payment up here, but why do you think that this happens in the first place?
Well, I would imagine that it would be a lot closer for season 2 because she's now, and this is where I have a question because this could just be my ignorance, but what's her name? Bella Ramsey. Was she an established actress before the show?
So,
like, was she a draw? Did people know who she was?
So
because I know everyone knew who Pascal was at this point, right? Even though I can't remember his name.
Oh, definitely.
Mando, but
this show has been criticized a lot, specifically The Last of Us, for recycling HBO actors, people that have been on other HBO shit. And she is actually subject to that. She was like one of the lords in Game of Thrones. She was like the Bear Lord, and she was like the little girl that was the head of one of the fucking.
So not even a character like that has like a name that, you know what I mean? So basically,
she wasn't a huge character.
All I'm getting at is, to me personally, Pedro is the big name. He's the big draw. You know, you guys probably know this, but all actors aren't paid evenly in movies either. So they will pay the more popular actor because they draw ticket sales. You know, that's how the money is made here. Oh God, I'm mansplaining. Stop it. Shut it down, Kev. But all I'm saying here, in my opinion, this was more to do with the fact that this dude was gonna bring people to come watch this, whereas his co-star was a more relative unknown. But by season 2, now that they know, hey, she's good, this show is awesome, I'm sure she's going to get a raise. That's my opinion on that. But
the other thing is, I love when these kind of articles come out because they kind of almost seem like they're trying to pin people against each other, like Pedro versus Bella or something. And I wonder if they're even aware of like what each other gets paid when they're doing this kind of stuff. Like, do you think? I mean, I would bet that Pedro assumes that Bella's getting paid less than him, but I bet that he doesn't have any idea of like what those figures are. I mean, maybe
that'd be super petty. He's like looking over the desk and he sees what's she getting paid? Yeah, well, triple
Better
mine.
Be less.
I gotta be making at least. That sounds like some Vin Diesel, Dwayne Johnson shit. Like, how much is that guy getting paid? I need to make $10,000 more than him exactly. I don't think.
Her IMDb only goes back to 2017. I know Pedro Pascal, if we look him up, has a way longer career there. I don't know if that matters, you know, in terms of. I mean, I don't know. Kevin has you have the exact right take. It's like next season definitely
who's bringing the money. That's who's going to get paid the most. You know, like that.
Don't be such a woke moralist.
It's not always some agenda, in my opinion.
How far back does
Sometimes
Pedro
it's just
go?
math.
I mean, he's been doing shit for a long time, hasn't he? This looks like it goes all the way back to 99.
Yeah, Formal it is, the Mando guy. That's the thing. He's a big name. He made that awesome movie with Nicolas Cage that everyone can remember the title of. It's a really easy one. The Immeasurable Weight of Massive Talent, I think is what it was. No, I think it's just man.
Well,
it's
Formal's in the chat, right? You said?
Yeah.
Formal, I know you're a big fan of the guy that I'm about to bring up here. We've got I mean, this is just one of the multiple jokes that I've seen this week.
We got late stage Wayne Newton here.
Waluigi drip is what the surf said on Mr. Vince McMahon.
Yes.
So Kevin puts in the thumbnail the
M. Bison version.
The M. Bison meme. I mean, drop your favorite Vince McMahon mustache meme in the chat here.
I've loved it all week. It's just been so funny. Just
What's
since this interview.
who's the guy that runs New Vegas? Mr. House?
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Mine.
There's another one.
There's mine. Yes, Vincent Price. There we go. Yeah. There you go, Luke. That's another good one. No, I don't. I know who it is. Watch. I don't need you to show me.
Your watch is like listening to us like a hawk today.
Gonna have to not bring it along next time.
She's a big fan of the Clout route. It's pretty funny.
It was me all along, Austin.
But yeah, there you go. I mean, I need to do a mustache like that, I think. Like, I don't get it. People do this a lot, but like I just let my mustache grow, okay? But some people shave it down from their like lip, get it real close to their lip, and do like the real pinstripes. It's so interesting.
What's Wednesday Adams? What's the dad's name? I feel like it's
yeah. The dad has another. He has the pinstripe mustache. Gomez.
Yeah, it's good, man.
I love that.
Makes him look so young. You know, can hardly tell he's 78 in that photo. I can't imagine.
That blows me away, dude.
Like,
he's old as shit.
Is he just checking off side quests at this point? He's like, well, pal, I've been alive for 7 decades, and I've never been out in public with a mustache. So
let's do it.
Let's do it.
He should have just went fully unhinged and just did the Hitler stash, and then been like, "Whoa, well, I have dementia." That would have been a better laugh.
Stash, pal.
Yeah, I mean, I met him myself. He signed my shirt when I was a kid. So speaking of looking old as fuck. Well, I mean, Vince McMahon is old as fuck and looks old as fuck, but Jeffree Star, not so much. Jeffree Star just looks old and beat up to me, but you can tell me what you think.
Oh.
This is us starting tea, Kevin. Starting tea with Jeffree Star.
Dicey.
So listen to this.
Has there been a lot of influencers or just people that you were friends with in the community that stopped fucking with you because of cancellation?
Me laughing.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's like they feel like they're a part of it. And I get it. I think cancel culture won for a few years because people weren't sticking up. For someone like, let's say you were in hot water. Well, if I'm your real friend, I should step up and be like, no, she's actually fucking great. That was a long time ago. Get over it. Everyone, it's like when the blood's pouring and you step your feet back. So, you know, it sucked.
It's like when the blood's pouring and you step your feet back. It's some kind of satanic.
That's very specific and oddly worded. It's like when the blood is pouring, so you take a step back so as you don't get the victim's blood on your shoes. Is that like, is this Jeffree Star sounds like the dude in No Country for Old Men. Anton Chigurh. Yeah. Call it, friendo. And she's like, oh my God, what I stand to win?
He's starting to look like that guy too. This fucking leather bag, fucking plastic surgery mess that Jeffree Star's got going on.
Coin ain't got no say.
Anyways, shouts out to.
That's a dope suit though. Can I admit a little bit of jealousy there?
I do like that. I mean, you know, Jeffree Star's got the drip every now and again. I can't hate on like. I wish I had big, long, luscious rainbow hair like that. I would do that.
Give me 5-6 years. I'm going to start hanging out at all the thrift shops near where Jeffree Star lives, so I can get my hands on that bad boy secondhand.
Oh
Looking
gosh,
for that.
dude. Jeffree Star has just been always one of those people that like freak me out because when we were young and it was like MySpace age, he did like these weird pictures of him and like, you know, does his outfit like he does now, but it would be like hyper colorized, like him laying with like cereal coming out of his mouth or something, like artistic, like weird pictures that made him look like he's like murdered or something with like goo and cereals and shit. I don't know why that specific imagery sticks in my head, but it does, and it haunts me to this day every time I see him. I'm like, dude, that's the MySpace cereal guy, and he still looks weird.
Sounds haunting. I'm glad I don't have that memory.
Let's see. So we did clip the Kid Rock thing. We've got the nice
Grandpa's
soundbite now.
Frisky.
And I wanted to bring up. I looked at it on the morning show, but me and Kevin always have a good time looking at real American patriots, okay?
Yee, brother.
So let's listen to my boy here.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today.
I hate it.
Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible.
It's a big challenge for
It is a big
Mr.
challenge.
Rock.
I wonder how does this do that exactly? I still don't know really what you're trying to tell me.
All I want to know is why. God damn, bro. First of all, this is why you burst fire, you fucking scrub. This is why you don't just lay on the trigger like an idiot. You see how far he sprayed fucking bullets up and down the bank?
Don't act like you know better about guns than Mr. Gun himself.
I tell you what, I'd have knocked over more than half of the cases if I'd have had that fucking thing in my hands.
Fuck Anheuser-Busch.
Fake ass
Have
country.
a terrific day.
You fake hillbilly, not knowing how to use a gun, motherfucker.
It's
you fake. You're
it's
fake.
magazines, not clips. You fucking
You bitch.
scrub. You scrub. But no, the clip does. I like.
Fuck Bud Light and fuck Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
I mean, we'll
Fuck
have
hip firing with your fucking SMG there, Papa.
we'll have some applications for that for sure. But the reason why I wanted to show this again is because I saw this savagery afterwards. Kid Rock posted this with his fucking what is it? AR-15 or whatever.
God.
And somebody quote tweets him and says, "Hey, at Kid Rock, this dad is feeling a little frisky today. Let me be as clear and concise as I can with you. This is my daughter Jamie under the black oval, and these are students running over her for safety to avoid getting shot by the AR-15 that killed her. Fuck you. Fuck Bud Light." But it is interesting. This is the kind of shit that you get, Kid Rock, when you act like a fucking unhinged lunatic with your guns. Yeah, people are not going to like you very much. Some people.
It's a clean hat.
Doesn't the guns just turn you on, Kevin? Don't you just want to get you some Kid Rock when you see him shooting guns like that? I mean, oh boy.
A lot of things
Gets
come
me
to my
hot
head
under
when I
the
watch
collar
that. I'm
when I
like,
see that Kid Rock doing
Jesus
all that.
Christ, dude. He never would have been allowed around me and my friends. We never would have let that guy come shooting with us. You fucking
He
kidding
lives
me?
in Ohio too. I think he's like doing the shooting in Ohio probably somewhere.
Yeah, I think I dodged one of the stray bullets on the way over here. Fucking idiot. Jesus Christ.
Anyways,
You can tell he bought it. He bought that gun just to make that video. Never fucking used it before.
let's check out chat real quick. See how everyone is holding up. Okay,
chat.
so Luke says I was born with SIDS. Okay, so that must have been. I don't know about that. Oh, that was
Can't laugh at
probably
that, dude.
That was when we were talking about the NFTs and the MCN. So he came in with the, I was born with the SIDS or
I
whatever.
got you.
Clever, Luke. I like that. Andy says I love Cartoon Network. VW says Hanna-Barbera stuff. You know, when's the last time you watched like a old like a boo boo, a Yogi Bear or something?
I mean, it's been a while, but I do love C-Lab.
I bet that you could bring up. I mean, I'm surprised people don't do this because we've got like Bobby Lee and this Tijuana joke from 20 years ago getting brought up and stuff like that. Why don't we go back and grab us some old school Hanna-Barbera cartoons where it's like fucking Skunky Pepe Le Pew or something and talk about some of those, or like, you
I don't
know,
was that HB? But yeah, I mean, they definitely
yeah,
had a, they definitely
I'm
had
pretty
a
sure.
a
Foghorn Leghorn, what's up with him?
A grapey. And of course he had to be French too. I took that one personally. The one, here I am, little French immigrant. Here I am, son of a French immigrant at least. And the one piece of representation I get is the fucking rapist skunk. Yeah, thank you, America, for making me feel welcome.
I love it. Okay. Formogo says, I bet them Cartoon Network folk drink Bud Light. I know all them children on Cartoon Network, they be drinking Bud Lights for fucking cartoon people.
It's the only way you can enjoy a 20-minute episode of Goku powering up on Namek.
Exactly. Magilla Gorilla for sale. I love that. Hash loves rug munchers. We do too.
Hell yeah.
VW says the first episode of Johnny Bravo had a yo mama joke. I love that fact.
Oh.
I mean, isn't that his whole shtick? He's like, hey mama.
Hey there, mama.
Let's see. Serious Business says it's sexism and definitely not Pedro Pascal's star power.
Retweet.
Yeah, exactly. Formal Ghost says they were supposed to reboot Degrassi and they canceled it. Are you upset, Kevin?
I blame Drake. I bet Drake shut that
I was going to
down.
say, dude, Drake should be, honestly, what it should be is like he should be picking Degrassi up and being like, look, this got me here.
Yeah, he
I
should
need
just
to...
be executive producing it, but no, instead he wants those royalties. So he's like, we're going to shut this down.
Just play the reruns of me in my fucking wheelchair.
Drake 3:16, thou shalt have no other Degrassis but me.
I like that. Let's see. She was the young-haired, sassy leader in Game of Thrones. Yeah, Bella Ramsey was. Let's see. Pedro killed Pablo Escobar.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Isn't Pedro the guy who plays Mando?
Get
Yes.
you some money. Yes. Well, technically, yeah.
Maybe. Who knows
him and
what's
that
under?
stunt double.
Who knows what's going on under that helmet? We've got Vince's My Boy, Vincent Price. Oh, goodness gracious. Rare Surfs W. Hey, look, we're blue pilling VW here in chat.
Oh.
Rare Surfs W. Let's see.
What a day.
He looks way younger now. Do you think that there's been a couple like baby necks that Vince McMahon has cracked and like, you know, sucked back?
Did he do what do they call those? It was like a soul boy. What do they call those
Adrenochrome?
things? Oh, I can't remember. Soul cooking or whatever. What is that thing? Yeah, probably. If that's a real thing, I'm certain Vincent McMahon paid to have it done at least once. I'm just, you know, like, what do you mean, pal? You mean there's a Fountain of Youth? Of course, I'll buy it. How much? Fuck.
We've got Sweater Vest Quartet. Nice to see you. He says,
"What up?
If we weaponize Danny's mustache, we could end the war in Ukraine." I mean, hey, I'm willing to give it up.
Just need a little wax
for that.
Curl it up.
Exactly. I mean, they just send me in. I could, you know, if they knew what they were doing, they could send me in to facilitate peace in Ukraine, and I think we'd be pretty successful, honestly.
He'd be like Captain America, but the shield would be a Teddy Fresh Bear.
I'll get them to design it for me before I go.
And you have like the police coordinated, like a bunch of random color blocks on your.
They've got to get all of the. I want every single like LGBT flag and pin to be on here. Every woke thing that I could possibly get. We'll go to the Ukraine and we'll. I want a trans cape. I want the trans
Captain
flag
Inclusion.
as my cape.
There you go.
Yeah, Captain Inclusion. Yeah, not to be confused with Captain Disillusion.
Oh, you could do like a Captain Planet kind of deal, and like, you could do a lot of cool things here. We're gonna turn Danny into a superhero.
I
go
could
end the war in the Ukraine.
I would love to have a theme song like Captain Planet. I could recite to you the Captain Planet theme song if
hero.
I wanted to. I don't. Vince is a huge Charlie Chaplin mark.
I bet. Love the physical comedy, pal. God, that's good shit.
Isn't Jeffrey relatively middle-aged? I guess. Yeah, I mean, 37 or something. Okay, yeah, he looks like a leather bag. That I'm tis.
God damn.
Luke says Fred versus Kid Rock, a tard fight. I don't know the guy that he's talking about. The guy that quoted the Kid Rock thing and showed his kid getting killed or whatever.
Oh,
trigger warning. I guess we should have said.
Probably should have. Yeah.
I guess that's a tard fight. I don't know the guy honestly. I know Kid Rock more than I know him. So Uncle Cracker over Kid Rock. Hash has a controversial thought out there. What do you think?
What's your favorite Uncle Cracker song?
I can't.
You don't remember it?
Dude. I mean, like...
I can sing it for you right now if you want.
It's like Uncle Cracker and Fred Durst and Kid Rock. They all kind of, like, melt into a... I mean, even maybe some, like, old school Nickelback even in there. Like
Nickelback?
All just, like... I don't know, dude. I'm getting old. It all melts together.
I saw Uncle Cracker for free once. It was like the summer of '90s concert, and they were giving the tickets away for free because apparently they didn't sell
He came to
many.
our...
It was Uncle Cracker, Sugar Ray, Smash Mouth,
God.
and
I hear
Sister Hazel.
I hear them Smash Mouth concerts. They really get down there.
That dude was so wasted. It was a karaoke concert. The Smash Mouth guy just held the mic. You sing it. He just held the microphone the whole time. It was terrible. But
oh, goodness.
No, you don't remember the Uncle Cracker? Follow me, and
okay.
everything is all right. I'm gonna stop because it hurts for me to sing.
You might get his copyright claim.
Ooh.
Let's see here. I'm glad Kevin dodged a bullet. It was surely covered in Bud Light and thus would have turned Kev trans.
Turning the friggin' beers gay.
Imagine that. Honestly, Luke is onto something there because if you think about it, he was doing that in front of the water there, and he just pepper sprayed tons of fish, crabs. I mean, I don't know whatever else he has going on in that water there with trans infected bullets. I mean, we're gonna have trans lobsters and trans fucking sea bass and sea bass in the
kick his ass, sea bass
in the lake behind him, in the pond behind him. All right.
Wow, these fish got legs.
Yeah, there you go. Sweater Vest Quartet with the lyrics there. Follow me, everything is all right. God, it makes me cringe to even read it, honestly.
That's gonna be stuck in my head for a minute. Oh, that's depressing.
Kev Johnny Bravo impression 9.8 out of 10. Andy says.
Well, thank you.
Oh, goodness gracious. Degrassi theme over any Drake song. Interesting. Can you remember the Degrassi theme? I can't really remember that.
Nope. I got Captain Planet still stuck in my head.
Yeah, right? Oh, goodness gracious. He says, my GoPro's almost smoked. Start looking to replace
I did notice
I keep
a couple
seeing it like,
yeah,
that's
glitches
not good.
in the Matrix. So that's,
I hope that's not true.
Uh-oh.
Please don't tell me that. Let's see. Follow me, everything is all right. I'll be the one to tuck you in tonight. I mean, the whole chat is just this fucking lyrics of this shit. Damn it.
Yes.
Oh, goodness gracious. Kid Rock didn't make anything good after he got rid of the pencil eraser haircut. I don't know. I saw that music video of him like rocketing off into space or whatever on the giant American flag cock.
For me, it began and ended with ball with the ball. To bang, to bang.
See,
diggy.
I get that confused. Is that him? Is that...
Yeah, he literally says, "My name is Kid."
Yeah, because I was also thinking
it's the only
Nookie.
words you can understand in the whole song.
remember the Nookie?
Yeah,
I did it all for the
Yeah,
Nookie.
what else
that
did you do it for?
gets me confused with Kid Rock too, but it's Durst.
Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here.
Let's see.
You know, one day we need to have a movie night and watch Fred Durst's critically acclaimed movie, The Fanatic. I believe is The Fanatic. The John Travolta movie. You know what I'm talking about? You like a little Limp Bizkit, starring Devin Sawa. Fred Durst wrote in a Limp Bizkit cameo into his own movie, where he's got Devin Sawa driving in his car and his kids with him. He's like, "You like a little Limp Bizkit?" It's just it's such a good bad movie. And John Travolta goes full. Well, he does what Robert Downey Jr. says you should never do in Tropic Thunder. So I'm not going to say it because it's not appropriate to say.
Right.
But Travolta should have won an Oscar.
Is it
Black people based?
No.
All right. Let's move on here. Lizzo and Jack Black. I wonder if they got paid more than Pedro Pascal did in this episode.
Now we're getting ball with the ball lyrics. It's even better in the chat. Sorry, go ahead. But
I was saying in this episode of Mando, The Mandalorian, what do you think they got paid in terms of Pedro versus them?
Oh,
I bet Jack Black and Lizzo's check that they got cut for that episode were fucking fat ass little cameo checks for them.
You wonder. See, in this case, I imagine Lizzo probably drew the bigger check because I could also she's probably the more popular of the two currently. Even though, we grew up with Jack Black. But I also could see Jack Black doing this on the cheap just because he loves this kind of shit. And would, I don't know. Danny, even if you were rich and famous, would you take a discount to be on Star Wars? Or maybe you don't love Star Wars. I know I would, right? Like, it wouldn't matter how rich I was.
Yeah.
If they were like, yo, Kev, you want to be in a Star War? I'd be like, yeah, sure.
They do look badass. I mean, I have to admit, like, when I saw this, I was like, oh, man, I might have to just start watching that again. I fell off a long time ago, but, like, this look for Jack Black is everything to me. I love
Dude,
this.
I am jealous of the curl.
It's so
the
cool.
Way the
I
beard
love
curls
it.
up like that, man.
I love it. I love it so much.
I can't commit.
They look so good. I mean, they did. I mean, obviously, this is just like a fucking. I don't know if the show's any good when they have these kind of cameos. It makes it seem like it's not because
it kind of pulls you out of it. If I'm being honest, because did you see? This was not the spoilers. More spoilers. Big for Mandalorian.
Mando spoilers. Put your helmet on.
Did you see the other big cameo from that episode?
No.
It was Christopher Lloyd. It was Back to the Future doctor guy.
Oh, Doc, huh?
Yeah, it was Doc. And I don't know. It was too many. I don't think like three big star cameos in the same episode. I thought just made it weird. The Mandalorian already kind of sucks in my opinion, just because it's just we're following this Fallout character as he does a bunch of side quests first. You know, it's always like, oh, I need this part for my ship, but the Jawas stole it, so now I got to go kill a monster and then return its eggs. It's like it's just fetch quest every time. It's like, oh, I got to go do this thing to do that thing, and the plot never moves forward, and it's just very irritating. So sorry for the Mando stands in our audience.
Dude,
I'm not a huge fan this year.
Obviously the little baby Yodas here and there have really, I love that. You know, I always love a little miniature version of iconic characters like that. But I haven't been interested in Star Wars since the blue titty milk or whatever. Since they drank the titty milk in the movie. That was funny. That was the funniest thing that's happened in Star Wars, I think, ever, maybe.
When Luke was milking the thing?
The milky titty was so cool, dude. And he was just like so like nonchalant,
it's a
like
great
pissed
meme
off
now.
about
Yeah,
it.
just a pissed off swig of milk. Yeah.
I love it so much, dude. That's one of the best things that's ever happened to Star Wars. Do more titty milk, honestly. More titty milk, Star Wars.
Yeah.
More titty milk.
like
Where'd we go from titty milk?
You didn't have I thought that was a very specific segment transition
I don't have
for
a
you.
segue for titty
Speaking
milk.
of titty milk, Tucker Carlson laughs at a poop joke.
Here we go. Boogie with the slow punches. Let's talk about titty milk. So Jordy Jordan here is your Wings with Redemption, right? That guy? Wings with Redemption is Jordy guy talking shit here.
Yep.
So I love this. We've
Look
already
here,
got
listen.
We've already got their back and forth. Boogie, I'm not diabetic, but keep throwing those slow-ass punches wanting to knock me out. I'm sure I'll dodge one and wait for the heat death of the universe.
I am not a diabetic. But keep throwing those slow-ass punches wanting to knock me out. I'm sure I'll dodge one and wait for the heat death rate of the universe. Can't take this shit no more, man. And as soon as he loses, he turns to Keem, whoever runs it, and says, why the fuck you stream that, man?
I'm taking down this motherfucking stream, bitch. Okay.
Fucking God, I love Jordy. Oh, fight of the century.
Okay,
guys,
well, we are looking at the projected time as per usual. We've got a lot of stuff to look at. I'm gonna give you some rapid fire choices for the final view here, and then we'll look at chat. We've got some Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate things that we could look at quick if you want to get tater-totted.
Well, that's
We've
certainly
got
on there.
Aiden Ross clips. I mean, those are always
options.
something.
Oh, the alpha options.
There's the big deal with the Mr. Beast. One of Mr. Beast's friends came out as like as trans or whatever, has been taking HRT, blah blah blah, and people are fucking pissed off about it. I'm tired of the fucking conversation over and over again. Everybody knows where I fucking stand. Shut the fuck up. Just let people do their fucking stupid shit. I don't care. Leave him alone. Leave Mr. fucking Beast's sidekick alone. Let him do what he wants, or her do what she wants to do, or whatever the fuck. Okay? Christ's sake. Let's not look at that. I already yelled enough about it.
Fuck they want.
Let me show you the Tate stuff, because that's always
all right.
We love the tater
Tate.
shots.
That's fine.
So one Tate, they are both out of jail now, so I guess they're making their way around. And one Tate posts this picture
with renowned musician Steven Seagal. Have you ever heard any of his music?
Oh God, I can only imagine.
He's got some like reggaeton stuff. He's
My favorite thing with him is like his sit down karate or whatever that he does. Have you seen those videos?
Oh yeah, I've seen almost every movie he's made.
He's like fucking sitting in the chair and somebody comes at him real quick, like
that's the clip.
And he's like,
God. I've got a soundbite for you, and it's gonna be Steven Seagal saying, "Well, I'm sorry to hear that, because now I will snatch every motherfucker birthday." Yeah, he whispers everything. Half the movies he's sitting in a chair with he's holding a sniper in camo. What's wrong with you, man? You don't check your 6. You're slipping.
What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, no. Luke is on to something though. Yeah, Steven Seagal hate videos are a genre, like their entire, because he makes so many shit movies where he shows up for one day, and he's the only name on the poster, so he gets marketed as the big draw, and then he's barely fucking in it. Oh, okay.
With today, by the way, I'm drawing inspiration from my Steven Seagal fandom here.
Danny's gonna snatch every motherfucker birthday out here.
I'm into it, dude. You fucking try to come at me with my fucking chair karate, dude. You come at me with a fist, and while I'm sitting in this chair, and I'm gonna go, "Aw," it's Matrix, like push you out the way, shit. I'm gonna dodge, slow motion backwards. I'm gonna do a couple of these and a couple of those, you know. Anyways,
I can't wait. This goatee is turning you into a martial artist. I like it. Let's go.
Master my chair karate.
Danny's going to be beating up stuntmen in no time.
You know it. Tate, man. Actually, I'm going to be beating up the Tates. That's what I'm practicing for.
Oh, that guy's a pro kickboxer, you know.
He's going to Steven Seagal for his training. I'm going to Sam Hyde for mine. So he better beware. So listen to this.
That us or him?
We've got the Tater Tots here. Let's listen to the Tater Tots talk, okay? They've got a nice little piece of information to share with us. Let's listen.
There was once a girl named April Baker. There was once a girl called April Baker. So listen, I'm me.
Correct.
Do my ting, right?
Do my ting.
Oh,
I'm about
he's got the
21.
Connor thing going now.
I'm this young ting on Facebook, you know.
Ting.
I love that. I am as black as they come. You don't hear my singing voice?
You know. Whoa.
Can't
Okay.
sing. Little sexy, little fat ass.
Dude, we've heard him sing
April
right
Baker.
on this show, have we not?
That was her name. That was her name.
It's a girl.
And I was like, you're hot. So I messaged her. She's like, I'm only 16. I was like, give a fuck.
Yo, mama
about
guy,
me.
you
21,
gonna
I don't
make
care.
you a real little.
So I pick up April Baker in my Mazda RX-8. Who knows about them cars? No one knows.
Jesus.
No one knows about them.
Throwback.
So I pick up April Baker, and I was so disappointed. April Baker was the original Catfish. Before Catfish was a thing,
This is
April Baker
that
was
was
a thing.
Manti
She
Te'o.
went from a 10
Sorry, your
to a
internet
5.
history is incorrect. Once again.
Okay, but listen to him talk about this.
Because like filters weren't a thing, these face apps weren't a thing.
I don't know if she did it.
So you didn't expect to be April Baker that way.
I don't know how she did it.
The word catfish came around about 5 years after me and Andrew were already using April Baker.
So they also, not only are they going to tell this disgusting story, but they're going to fucking take claim for Catfish 5 years before it happens. I mean, this is an outrage. That Neve guy from MTV would be super pissed right now. Here, let's let him finish a little bit more here.
For the exact same thing.
Bro, I was banging her, like looking at her Facebook on the phone, like just staring at a different face. Because I had to bang her, but like I was so disappointed. So from there,
So he pulled one of those like putting the, you know, it's the position that you get in that refers to a dog, okay? The doggy style, they would say. And you just slap that fucking picture of like your big celebrity crush on the back of her head and go at it. Well, that's how Tate's going with this girl, except he's looking her Facebook pictures up and looking at him while he's hitting it.
That's all I have to say.
What's that from?
That's Steven Seagal, baby.
Right, I know, but what is that from when he says that?
One of the best movies of all time.
I'll snatch
I can't
that
remember.
shit. Okay,
Oh,
well,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Let's
Thank you also. Thank you, chat and Discord fam, for sending that over.
Let's listen to him talk a little bit more about this nasty encounter here.
from there on out, girls became Aprils.
Yeah.
And we still use this to this day. Like if I turn up with a chick and she ain't that hot, I can explain to the whole table.
She's April
to
Baker.
apologize to my boys so they know my game ain't weak and go, this is April. My name is not April. Oh yeah, Elena.
Yeah.
And they don't get it.
Hilarious,
No
yeah.
one knows what April is.
Yeah.
So you can bust it out. You can a girl can sit down and go, April.
You can ask her what her job is, ask her if she's a baker.
But the interesting part to all this is if you go back to the beginning and we look at the
There was once a girl named April Baker.
Andrew Tate admits to having sex with a 16-year-old. Now, the part that we skimmed over while we were listening to all the disgusting stuff was he said he was 21 and that April Baker was 16.
Oh.
So that whole conversation with the phone and the catfish and the yada yada,
disgusting, but maybe compoundingly more disgusting when you add in the part that she was 16. He was only 21 though. 21. It's just like Salvo, he's 29 or whatever he's saying now, and she's only 17. He's cool. He lives in Ohio. It's fine.
Disagree.
Well, good. There you go.
Yuck.
So, anyways, everybody, that will be that. I mean, there's tons of other shite we could talk about, but we've been here for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and that's a lot.
Woo.
That's a lot.
It is a bit.
So, Kevin, how hyped should we get everybody for next week?
Ooh,
Episode 69.
Nice.
Week of 420.
Also nice.
What could the boys possibly be up to? I don't know.
I hope it doesn't have any more Borg juice involved, because
maybe no Borg juice, but next week is a juicy one, I have to say. So make sure you tune in for 69. Lots of, I feel like 69 is a celebration for us, Kevin. I think it will be a very fun and good episode that you guys should all fucking chime in for, okay?
Just make sure you bring some Bud Light so it's not gay.
It ain't gay if you be drinking Bud Light and be watching gay stuff. You know what I mean? If you be doing gay stuff and you be drinking Bud Light too, negation. Let's look at chat and then we'll get the fuck out of here.
Boy Scout rule of D's. It's a real thing.
Let's see. Danny, react to Kid Rock's We the People. It's part of your red pill training. I mean, yeah, I know, right?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm going to have to Ludovico technique him with some Kid Rock clips. The Undertaker American Badass version.
I bet Danny's a Lizzobian. What was the big...
It was the flute, dude. You got so mad about that
flute. The flute thing.
You were like, why is she playing that crystal flute, dude? That's reserved for the aliens.
I can't believe they let her touch. I can't believe they let that big woman touch such a historical treasure like that. I can't believe they would ever let her touch her lips on that kind of thing. No.
Yeah.
I remember that. I forgot about that.
He's like, it belongs in a museum. Or as a gift to the first time aliens come to visit. But no, they just let this girl go out there and twerk all over it.
Right, yeah, that was funny. Yeah. The crystal flute epic. But no, I was thinking, what was the song that she got really popular on?
Was it something about juice?
I don't know, dude. Fuck if I know, dude. I'm such a boomer.
That's stuck in my head.
I'm such a
God
boomer.
damn it.
No, there's...
I need some
She have like an iconic quote? I don't know if anybody can sound off and chat about it before we go. I don't know. I'm not a Lizzobian, unfortunately. Sorry, Luke, to disappoint you. Let's see.
Press X to doubt.
Yeah, right. Actually, I'm the biggest closeted Lizzo fan you've ever met. I want to see a camo from MC.
A cameo, probably.
Pea Pants.
I want candy, bubblegum, and taffy.
Yeah. I can't wait for the Fallout TV show. I hope Amazon don't ruin it.
There is so much that could be like. That's one of my favorite things about Fallout is all the lore, all the little stories that you could tell.
Imagine how bad they can go at that, though. They could make it so political and so, like, it could be so bad. It could be so bad. Prepare yourselves, guys. Let's see. Yeah. My story has stumped Star Wars historians deep in debate. Buffet play at Bennigan's.
Was that like a CIA code? Did somebody just get?
I don't know if he had.
Sounded like.
I don't know if he had a seizure right then or something.
Sounded like something out of the Winter Soldier.
Like, who's activated?
Did you just activate somebody? God damn.
Let's see. Andy says thank you so much, Luke. So whatever he said, I guess was. You activated Andy.
We missed it. Yeah, it just flew right over our heads.
Hash says now we know you into titty milk. Only blue titty milk coming out of aliens. So you can imagine what my privated Pornhub searches are. Oh, goodness gracious.
Don't follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, right. No, don't. Yeah, you don't know what your recommended will be. Pest says, it's just a fad. I am Chris will stop in 6 months. Best blues singer ever.
Probably Steven Seagal.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal hate videos are an actual genre at this point. Danny is in his Entenmann's Donut Seagulls Seagal Cody era.
I like that.
So what? I should be eating the Entenmann's donuts and getting it Okay.
While threatening to snatch motherfucker birthdays.
Or does he just call me fat, Luke? Nice switch up on the curtains there, Luke, by the way. I commend your no more he got rid of the blanket blinds and got some real blinds. So hats off to you, my friend. I feel that.
Shouts out.
Kev loves me and is now wondering why we ever fought.
Correct. Water under the bridge.
Let's see. Bro, if I was banging her.
Wait, what?
Let's see. I got to be here next week. The flute thing rules.
What happened to me?
And they will likely replace the nukes with global warming.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And
they're going to turn all the freaking frogs gay.
And they won't dare make it actually
Fallout.
be China. So they'll have to like come up with a new country they invent because
Oh, is that who drops the bombs? Is China?
Yeah, well, I think it might be a little more, but yeah, China. Is it like a China-Russian alliance? I don't know. V-Dub, help me out. Who starts?
V-Dub is the real deep lore of Fallout there. So if you need any more of that information, maybe you hit him up.
Yeah, we'll continue this conversation offline.
All right. Anyways, to play us out.
I want to be ninja.
All right, guys. We will catch you next week. Like I said, 69's a big one. Make sure you're there. Don't miss it. We will see you next week. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.